there's times we run a little bit late, and these things happen, right, Hitman?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know what a good idea would be right now?
Thank you to the Birmingham Police Department. Anyway.
Let's hit the music.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
I don't know if I should do the Wyatt family gimmick.
There's no way. They've been set free.
Yeah, I know, just like there's no Shield gimmick anymore. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, 20 after the hour, running a little bit behind schedule, but you know something? Life happens. Welcome to the Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com, all of our affiliates, literally speaking, and the Beyond Ringside Saturday Showcase, sitting ready to have a little fun on this Saturday morning. I'd like to welcome in tag team partner, the Hitman Big Daddy Cool, Ryan Adcock. Welcome back, buddy.
Yes, sir. I am here. What's 2/3 of the Saturday Showcase anyway?
I think Cosper's still doing the honeydew thing.
Mm-hmm. He's been doing it for quite a while now.
He might actually be coming on for a few minutes this afternoon, just depending. Got a lot to talk about, but before we dive into it, got a little bit of everything going on. Number one, personal appearance notes this evening from WrestleRage with SmarkRage and Stance. Son of a gun, I knew I'd screw it up right off the bat. Corey and Champion SmarkRage going to be dropping into the Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment Show this evening up in Canton, Georgia. Jimmy Rave Appreciation Night.
Yay.
It's going to be at the Old Buffington School Gym, 4568 Cumming Highway in Canton, Georgia this evening. Bell time is going to be 7 o'clock p.m. Kicks off in just under 9 hours from right now. Main event for this one, on Jimmy Rave Appreciation Night, it will be Jimmy Rave himself. You've seen him on TNA. You've seen him on Ring of Honor. You have seen him all across the country. He will be going one-on-one with the Evolve Heavyweight Champion, Drew Galloway. A lot of you will remember him as Drew McIntyre from WWE, former World Heavyweight Champion up there. So for our friends in the Central and North Georgia areas, take the time, drop on over. And speaking of the Peach State of Georgia, let's take those two words and make them one word and call it Peach State Wrestling Alliance. From the To Be Determined show and Beyond Ringside Live Sundays, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, as well as his cohorts on Wednesday nights, or I should say our cohorts on Wednesday nights, the Grand Design Clyde Braddock and the new sensation Steven Styles, who comprise the Sevenfold Saints, will be appearing with Peach State Wrestling Alliance this evening in Carrollton, Georgia, at the historic VFW Fairgrounds. And they're going to be in the tag team main event for the Peach State Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Championships, taking on the combination of Amos Moses. A lot of our friends here in our home state of Alabama are going to remember that name, as well as another name you're going to know from around the southeastern U.S., the Cowboy Dusty McWilliams. This will be a no disqualification tornado tag team match. When's the last time you saw one of those, Hitman?
Not that long ago.
It's been a while. At least on the national scene.
Yeah.
Because they don't do those every day.
True.
I mean, Ring of Honor will do one once every 6 months. WWE might do one every 3-4 years. And Impact will do it like once every 2 years. And that is going to... See, I wanted to be at both shows tonight. And I'm just going to go and lay this one out there for everybody who caught the clue that I laid out there on social media. I am on the bounce back. I'm on the rebound, so to speak, as far as physical goes. I'll just go and say I was in the emergency room for about 7.5 hours this past Monday. Didn't make it extraordinarily public.
No kidding. Even I didn't know.
Well, we didn't know what the overall circumstance was, and I don't like alarming people. They ran a full battery of tests. We have found some things that we are going to start working on trying to get me back up to 100%, if that is possible. I don't know. I don't think I was 100% at birth. And it had nothing to do with me being dropped on my head. Now, coming off into a serious topic. No, in my book, me being in the ER is not a serious topic. Okay, kids?
That's pretty serious.
Y'all should know that by now. I don't take myself that damn seriously. Major announcement will be made at the top of the hour, noon Eastern, 11 Central. Hang with us. Get on the horn, call your friends, let them know Beyond Ringside Saturday Showcase is on the air. And I'm going straight for the jugular right off the bat. Are you as tired of hearing the name Jameis Winston as I am?
Yes. Yes.
Look.
And Todd Gurley.
Well,
just stop.
They haven't run Gurley's name in the ground nearly as bad as they've run Winston's.
They've found over 2,000 things that they signed.
Yeah.
They did it. They got paid. So did Johnny Manziel. They should get paid. Stop it. Other than that, Jameson Winston's just an idiot.
Well,
which puts me in a terrible predicament today because I hate Notre Dame too. So which one do I want to win?
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm an Alabama fan. We've had recent dealings with Notre Dame. Yes.
I just want Lou Holtz to shut up.
Well, when you figure out exactly what teams are going to be put on the football field this afternoon, Mark.
I might want Florida State to run up the score on Notre Dame, but then nobody else is going to beat Florida State. So maybe I want Notre Dame to win and then lose later on. I don't know.
You know they will.
Do I?
Yes. And put it this way. Let me go ahead and say this.
I'm still drowning in my sorrows from last Saturday night.
Sitting in the heart of the Southeastern Conference, also known as the SEC West, with all due respect to our counterparts in the Eastern bracket of the conference.
You mean the free-for-all side?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because nobody wants to win that side, apparently.
We're beginning to wonder if anybody wants to win our side.
Missouri beats South Carolina and then gets run over by Georgia.
Yeah. Well, like it, love it, hate it, Georgia has a quality team. I mean,
they have a great running back and an average quarterback.
And sometimes that's all you need.
He hasn't thrown a pass over 14 yards this season.
Which, do me a favor, hold that thought for 1 second. Did you see the jacket that Tom Brady was wearing this past Thursday after the game?
No. Sorry, I didn't miss that.
I'm trying to figure out if Barnum and Bailey had a location anywhere close to where they were playing the game.
I can only imagine.
Dude, even I wouldn't have worn that jacket in the 80s.
It's like that dude, is it Craig Sager that does the basketball that wears all those crazy
Yes.
Some of the stuff he wears, you're like, dude, how do you walk out of the house with that?
Yeah, I understand the concept. And do me a favor. Yeah. You know there's some things in this world I'm not going to miss. And prediction rounds coming up a little while.
Yeah, I know who's doing it too.
I haven't even seen either.
King Griffey Jr. and Brett Favre are predicting today.
Nice.
I don't see why they didn't get Brett Favre to predict last week when they were in Mississippi, in Starkville.
That would have been smart. That would have been a really good thing to do, and that actually would have been good television.
First ballot Hall of Famer next year, by the way.
Should be.
Oh, yeah.
But coming back over to the Winston.
I have an interesting question. We will get back to Winston in a second.
Go ahead.
I want your opinion.
Bring it on.
There is several first ballot Hall of Famers up that you are well familiar with in the NFL this year. And I have had several discussions, surprisingly, with people that don't think that one guy that I think is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and they don't. And I want your opinion.
Okay.
And that's Kurt Warner.
Ugh.
It's a Super Bowl champion, two-time
Yeah, I know.
NFL MVP. Two-time NFL MVP, and you don't think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I do think he's a Hall of Famer.
I think
I think he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
But the thing it is, I'm just the way that I'm looking at it right now. How many names are on the ballot right now?
Oh, God, that's a good question. There's like 7 or 8 new guys, and then there's some guys that should already be there, already be in that are on there, like Charles Haley. He's got 5 Super Bowl rings.
Right.
Let's see, Tim Brown, who was 3rd in receiving when he retired. They put Andre Reed in last year. Why can't they put Tim Brown in?
Okay, there are a number of people who are on the fan consideration submission ballot. You submit 25 names, and God, the list that's on here, it's a genuine who's who.
They can only induct 8. So You might as well just figure that out.
Well, think about it. Names that are on the fan ballot for submission: Bubba Baker, Sean Alexander, Eric Allen, Morton Anderson, Gary Anderson, Willie Anderson, Otis Anderson. It's an Anderson family reunion.
Unfortunately, some of those are white and some of those are black. Otis and Gary Anderson are black, and the other two guys are white.
I mean, I'm looking at some of the names. Cornelius Bennett, God love him.
How can Cornelius Bennett not be in the Hall of Fame already?
Well, and that's weird because it's weird.
And I'm an Auburn fan. I'm just...
Yeah, the man who laid out Steve Bearline, speaking of Notre Dame.
The man who changed how the defensive end position was played.
Right.
Well, yeah, defensive end, inside linebacker.
Yeah. Because he set up more for linebacker than anything else.
It depends on what front they were running. If they were in 4-3, he was down. If it was 3-4, he was back. So yeah,
right. And here's a nice little thing that's going to be on social media and FastEddieLane.com very soon. I found a I found a photograph from 1995-96 of myself and Cornelius Bennett. That was taken, amazingly enough, at a nice little place in Birmingham that is gone but not forgotten, kind of like the hangovers which resulted from it. I'm talking about Norm's on Green Springs Highway. Yeah, I posted a couple of pictures of myself and some friends from days gone by, so that Throwback Thursday thing, Turn Back Tuesday. You know, Monday is the only day that you don't really have a little pseudonym for flashback.
Yeah, because Mondays generally sucks.
Yeah, pretty much, but you need something to make you smile during that time. Real quick in the chat room, seeing Sudbury boys. Sudbury, glad to see you this afternoon, or this morning, depending on where you are. We got 30 more minutes left in the morning. Also, forgot to do this since I know I mentioned it on Sunday night, but last week, UAB, beautiful game against North Texas, and I was on the 40-yard line. Enjoyed it. UAB, the University of Alabama in Birmingham, will be back in action here in Birmingham on, I believe it is November the 8th at Historic Legion Field, and they'll be taking on Louisiana Tech. Tickets are available through the UAB website. So for my friends here in the central Alabama area,
they need their own field.
Well, look,
they really do.
Legion Field is a historic place, and
dude, it's a dump now.
But it's still, I hate it. Yeah, I hate it too. But it's still structurally sound, and I'm glad to see somebody getting some use out of it.
Because they took the upper deck off.
It was
falling in.
I'll take that. I mean, it's not like they were going to draw 70,000 people, but by the same token, for our friends in our central Alabama area, I'll give you this. Tickets to a UAB football game, reserve seating, $15.
No, it's because
that ain't bad.
Well, I mean, if they start winning, those are going to go up.
Yeah, but by the same token, a 56-21 last weekend over North Texas, when a lot of people, I believe it was UAB was only favored by 4. Hello. No, and their defense, 2 pick sixes in the first half.
Yeah, that sounds like what Auburn did.
Yeah, and... Sorry about that.
That's all right. We're going to fumble on the first play and then throw an interception on the second play. We're going to spot them 21 points.
Okay, loaded question.
Anyway, finish the part of
the name that
you got the NFL guys up.
Yeah, and there's a lot of names. I can't run them all down.
I want the guys that are coming up to this year.
Well, like I said, the fan vote is still going on for names that you can put in there.
I'm talking about the main guys, not the fan vote.
Actually, I've been looking for that, and I have not been able to find
Kurt Warner, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce. I saw the list, and George Lynch, not George Lynch, he played guitar for Dawkins. John Lynch for Tampa Bay, because that Tampa 2 that was so popular that changed everything. You got the linebacker went in last year, and or he's going in this year, which is Brooks.
Okay, quarterbacks, Randall Cunningham, Rich Gannon, Phil Simms, and Kurt Warner. Wide receivers, Tim Brown, yep. Isaac Bruce, Gary Clark, Henry Ellard, Marvin Harrison, Torrey Holt, Sterling Sharp, Jimmy Smith, Rod Smith, and Mark Bavaro.
I mean, how do you not put Marvin Harrison and Sterling Sharp in?
That's true. I'd put Sharp in over Bavaro, with all due respect to our friends up in New York.
Well, I would too, but I mean, how do you not put Marvin Harrison in? How many records did he break?
Running back, Sean Alexander, Otis Anderson, Tiki Barber, Jerome Bettis. I'm sorry. Stop right there. With all due respect to Herschel Walker, who I love dearly. I know it. Also, Herschel was up for kick returner as well. But I'm sorry. Jerome Bettis, the bus. Hello.
Herschel Walker's a freak.
Yeah, he was.
Still is, dude.
Yeah. I mean, there's some tremendous names on this list, and I'm looking at them new, including Clay Matthews and Cornelius Bennett. I would love to see Biscuit get in there. I mean, he deserves to be in there.
Yep.
And you're right. He did redefine the position.
Yep.
And I think we did a good job of staying away from Jameis Winston for a couple minutes. But
it's just everybody else has been on it so much.
Well, I know they have, and that's why we're not going to spend much time on it. I mean, I was going to give it a grand total of 3 minutes, and that's it.
I'm going to tell you this. If I'm Jimbo Fisher and the president of Florida State, if they can get him through this year, they need to tell him, hey, you need to go to the pros. We don't need you anymore.
But he's already won the Heisman. He's already won a national championship.
He's still got a year left, but I'm telling you, 2 years left, but you don't need to come back.
If there is, here's my final word on this. If there is any true indication that he did this for profit and it goes against the bylaws of the NCAA,
it does.
Suspend him, sit him, bench him, keep him off the sidelines. Unlike the last time he was suspended, where he was out there in full pads warming up, and coach had to go say, "Take the pads off."
I think the rape thing that's coming back up is a bigger issue than autographs. Anyway.
But that's going to be after the season's over with.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, they say there's proof out there now that Florida State cops covered it up.
Then that's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
That's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
Did WWE jump the shark, so to speak? Thank you, Happy Days reference from the 80s.
Hey.
There you go, Mr. Winkler. And Junior Seau's on there for linebacker.
Yeah, how could Junior Seau not go in, man? He's like an 18-time All-Pro.
Sorry, kids. I got one eye on the...
that was the other one I couldn't think of. Was Junior Seau.
Well, think about it. Bennett, Kevin Green, Clay Matthews, Junior Seau, Chris Spielman. I mean, come on.
I don't know if I put Spielman in there because he didn't do much in the pros, but...
Here's another one, Carl Mecklenburg.
Kevin Green, like I said, they can only do 8.
Yeah, I know. But considering the fact that they were advertising the Cena-Ambrose match for the pay-per-view, and now 2 weeks away, two weeks away from the not the go-home edition, 2 weeks away from the pay-per-view, they put Ambrose Cena in a contract on a pole match, and Ambrose goes over. So now you know that the main event, or one of the 2 main events, thank you to the way Randy Orton laid that one out there.
Yeah.
But if they don't put Ambrose and Rollins in the spot, they deserve it. You're going to have a lot of ticked off fans, and this is being real about it. There's no over dramatization. Ambrose Rollins needs to be in the main event spot. Because fans, I've read it, I've seen it, and I've listened to it, are so tired of Cena versus Orton. Yet again. But this time it's Hell in a Cell.
So they've done that before too?
Cena and Orton have?
Yes, sir.
Okay, short-term memory.
It's like 2008, 2009, 2010, somewhere in there. They've done it.
Probably, yeah.
Done it.
It's been a few years, and maybe they're counting on people like me having short-term memory so they can go back and rehash. See,
unfortunately, I'm like that godforsaken elephant that you worship. I don't forget. My numbers may be off a little bit, but I know when something's happened before.
Okay. For everybody listening, and for those of you who catch the replay.
And I'm going to say one thing here before you go any
Go
further. Kind of like what Auburn did to LSU last year, spotted them 21 points, and then tried to come back and couldn't win the game. Hey, they didn't learn anything because they did the same thing to Mississippi State. Anyway, go ahead, sir.
We were going to cover more college
football. I'm still steaming about that crap.
Hey, look, we played Arkansas, and
they didn't beat us. We beat ourselves.
Well, Saban's going to be one of my topics in the next hour.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Because he was right.
Sure.
And for my friends who are Alabama fans who are about to get ticked off at me.
You said the next hour. We got to save it for them.
I'm sorry. Saban was right, and we'll cover that during the 11, our second hour.
I think, let me say this before you go into the answer that question. It has to do with Ambrose. I think the WWE is not doing him any favors. And I want to tell you what, and maybe it's just me. You know, I have some quirky tendencies. I understand that. I have some OCD-ness to me. If I hear Michael Cole call him the lunatic fringe one more time, I'm going to kick a hole in my damn TV.
No, don't do that, Mick Foley.
It's stupid. It's the dumbest damn thing ever. It does him no favors.
They're doing that.
I don't care why they're doing it. It's stupid.
Well, it would take too long to say that he is a perfect combination of Roddy Piper and Steve Austin rolled into one.
I would completely agree with that.
But that's too much
Just
to
say unstable and let it go. The Lunatic Fringe is the dumbest thing one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
Although it was a damn good song by Red Ryder.
Well, it was all right, but it's still stupid.
Well, Children of the Sun was much better, but still.
Sure.
Billy Thorpe. Hello. How you doing? There's your classic rock references for the hour.
I mean, they're doing him no favors. And I know a lot of people are good with... I'm just not good with what they're doing to him. I don't think they're helping him out at all. I don't think they let him do what he wants to do, because I've seen him in CZW. I've seen him go wild. I've seen him do what he wants to do.
Got to stop you there. What is the one thing that we have always said when it comes to the WWE style?
The WWE.
Pretty much. Because remember,
that.
Chris Jericho in WCW. Eddie Guerrero in WCW. Chris Benoit in WCW.
I just don't think the WWE way helps Dean Ambrose. I just don't.
The Dudley Boys in ECW.
I agree. TNA, either way.
No, they're more Dudley in TNA.
I know. But they wasn't in WWE.
No, but see, the thing about it is WWE goes for longevity. And if you have a moveset, which is 38 moves, they're going to sit back and say, cut it to 12. Because they're going to see those 26 moves that they want cut as potential health risks. There's enough, and this is something that I've been on for a while. In the world of professional wrestling, and I'll add mixed martial arts to this, and I'll add real boxing to this.
They still do that?
Yes, I think. There are no real pads like you have in football. And these guys and ladies are putting tremendous, and I hate to use this word, impact on their bodies.
Absolutely.
With no pads.
You're right. Just go back and watch Chris Jericho jump off the top of the cage.
Mick Foley.
Yeah, but that was 10 years ago. Chris Jericho did it like 3 months ago.
Yeah, but Foley came off the top of the Hell in a Cell into a table.
I was watching that live.
So was I. I mean, so that is one of the reasons. The lifespan, the in-ring career of your average pro wrestler sports entertainer is X. They are trying to, by reduction of moves that are considered higher risk, help you lengthen your career to at least Y and maybe add 2 or 3 years onto your run of the business.
Yeah, you would think so, and then you watch Full Metal Mayhem.
TNA is different from... Remember, I'm talking about the WWE way.
Yeah, but wow.
Oh, Full Metal Mayhem rocked.
Wow.
I mean, look.
Those 40-plus-year-old guys turned it out, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's why a lot of people want to sit back and say, well, it wasn't as good as TLC 1. Times are different, people.
Oh, it was just as good as TLC 1. They're also 20 years older.
Yeah, I know.
To be 40-plus years old, 4 of the 6 entrants in that match?
Yes.
I put it up against anything.
Look, I'm going to go ahead and lay this on the line.
That's match of the year so far, if it's not the 4-way match that happened Wednesday.
Now, I have not seen the 4-way match. I've heard it was good.
It was great.
Now, this is where I'm going to go tangent for a second. I blame... Hold on a second. No break yet. Holding breath for news at noon. Kids, Shayna, pull your faces turned. Yeah, we're because we got late getting started Sudbury. That's why we're holding the break until the top of the hour. We're going straight up till high noon on this one. High noon's Eastern. I guess it'd be high noon your time. I have my finger, and it's the index finger, and I'm pointing right now.
I can verify that.
At the so-called wrestling media. I'm blaming all of you that run these cute little sites that call yourself news and information. Dirt sheets. Whatever. Because of the fact that for the longest time, you would go out of your way to have play-by-play reports on your site for all of the shows. And over the last few weeks... And I'm pointing out Lords of Pain on this one right off the bat because that's a site I go to all the time. But it's not just them. It's a whole bunch of other sites, and I'll run down that list soon. Very soon. They'll post the spoilers from the the show. But will they go back and do the report from the television broadcast? No. Not on a consistent basis. Compare Impact right now to 1 year ago.
Oh, it's daylight and dark.
I was going to say 4 words. There is no comparison.
I agree.
And for me, it's very simple. For all of the so-called pundits out there, I won't claim to be an expert. I'm just somebody who has survived the world of professional wrestling since I first stepped in the ring in 1984 for training, and lo and behold, I was actually smart before that. Thank you to some very kind people in this industry. Okay, business. Drink. But if these so-called experts and people who do analysis and reviews of the shows were to look at things objectively, and that's hard to do in this day and age because so many of us are sour on what's being put out by WWE and what happened in TNA during the Hogan run. What I call the apocalypse. Well, guess what?
Good word.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. The opening segment of Impact this week with Kurt Angle and Bobby Lashley. That was a beautiful way to lead off the show.
Yes, it was. I didn't have any problem with TNA at all in the past 2 weeks.
I haven't had a major issue with TNA in months.
Even now that Jessica Havoc's there, it's more physical for the women.
Yes. And I have no real complaints about, well, jump on that one real quick. I have no real complaints about the knockouts match.
No.
Havoc and Madison Rayne.
There's a little blown spot outside the ring, but that happened.
Yeah, but by the same token, I've got to sit back and say this. I love Madison Rayne to death, and I've always liked her in ring. But the camera timing was just horrid because if you caught some of the facial expressions, there was one after one of the bumps outside the ring where Havoc ran Madison's back into the apron. If you go back and look, you can see the facial expression on Madison go from pain to really? Oh, back to pain. Like, come on.
Guess I missed that.
Some people in the truck need to learn their jobs. But here's the thing. It's not a perfect art. It's not a perfect science. It happens on every EVERY. It happens on WWE. It happens on Impact. It happens on Ring of Honor. It happens on CZW pay-per-views. It happens on Chikara. It happens on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, Ohio Valley Wrestling, every time. And I'm sure it's going to happen down at Vintage Wrestling Florida, their brand new television show. Congratulations.
Yeah, I got a question about your Hollywood wrestling. I actually started watching it.
Yay.
What the hell happened to Joey Ryan? I thought he was
the
the
King of
sleazy
Sleaze
guy, and now he's not doing that anymore.
I don't know why he dropped the King of Sleaze.
His hair's not the same way anymore. He doesn't look the same. It just ruins the whole gimmick.
He looks more mainstream.
Exactly.
I know, and I'm not a fan
And then
of
he
that.
lost the title.
I know. The MAV TV title.
Yeah. So is that their main title?
No.
Okay, who has the main title then?
You saw him in the first match.
No, I didn't.
Hobo.
No, that was the next week. He wasn't in the first week I saw it.
Oh, okay. He was on this
Joey
week.
Ryan had the 2 out of 3 matches where he lost.
Okay. To Ryan Taylor.
Okay, so that's like their TV title.
Yes, the MAV TV title is their secondary title.
Okay.
And Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, they have their Heritage title, which is their main belt.
Okay, I'm still learning that one.
And that belt is currently being held by the Hobo.
Yeah, I saw him. He's different.
Well, see, here's the thing. I appreciate the different factor.
Yeah.
And from there, I'll also sit back and say, different, unique. He is an individual. He's not a cookie cutter.
Oh, you can guarantee that.
But by the same token, I'll also offer up this word, entertaining.
Yeah.
He is not the Hobo, and this is one of the things I like about Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Yes, I'm still getting used to some of the names and faces that are there.
Me too.
And the fun part about it is, for me, is getting to know the different characters. Getting to watch them progress.
That dude that laid out the announcer the week before,
Yeah.
that's one big dude, man.
Yep.
I don't remember what his name is, but that's one mammoth of a man, dude.
And actually, I thought the announcer in that particular segment was Stu Stone.
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah, he's also the manager of the Family Stone.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
But the dude that he brought in to fight the guys in the mask.
It's something. It's kind of like a Olympiad or Ulysses reference.
Anyway, he's big.
Yes.
I was like, good God.
Imagine him and Titus O'Neil teamed up.
Or him and Matt Morgan.
Oh, hell yeah. Now, yeah, any other time I could remember his name, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart.
I've only seen him
on
once, so you got to give me a little due, okay?
And yeah, it's just I'm racking my brain to try to remember his name, and I am so sorry, folks. I can't remember it. I'm sure somebody out there remembers.
Othello?
That's it.
Hey,
you got one. See, you're not as senile as I thought I was.
He's big.
Pronoun trouble. It is Othello.
This guy should be a main event talent somewhere.
And give him time. And because he is, once again, I'll use this word, entertaining in the ring. He's fun to watch.
Well, I've only seen him punch Stu Stone. So.
But see, also, if you haven't seen this storyline, there's been a running rivalry between Stu Stone as well as the Grappler, if you remember that name.
Well, I saw them fight or whatever. Like I said, the first episode I saw was the one with Joey Ryan. I had 2 out of 3 matches, so you know what I've seen.
Right.
And then the next week they replayed the same one.
Yeah, they've had new episodes for the last 2 weeks.
No, well, was it 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
And then the next week's when Stu Stone got knocked out.
New episode this past Wednesday and the Wednesday before.
This is where I got to see the hobo.
This Wednesday was hobo.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
They need to work. I mean, I know they're a low
Dave
budget.
Marquez. See, we're paying attention.
I know they're low budget and they're trying to get their product out, and I get all that. But if they could beef up their intros and their,
give them time.
I know I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying I think they could be a legitimate company.
I think they, in my humble opinion, right now. And once again, Dave Marquez and company out there, how you doing? Glad to talk to you. There are, and I'll tell you this, if you haven't seen this kid yet, Eli Everfly.
I saw him.
This kid is a little fighter jet.
He's like a lawn dart, though.
Yeah, but the kid can scoot.
Yeah, but my wife could pick him up and throw him out of the ring.
Probably.
I can guarantee it.
I've watched Vonda at work. Trust me.
This dude weighs like 8 pounds. I mean, this is like Ray versus, Nash.
Diesel, yeah.
Come on.
But by the same token, the kid's got a great skill set.
I agree.
He's very talented.
Well, when you're 8 pounds, you can fly around like that.
Pretty much. I'm only 8 pounds, but you have to put a 2 and a 3 in front of that.
Gotta put a 3 and a 2 in front of it for me.
There you go. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood has been working. I mean, we just caught. I don't know if you saw the season. Yeah, you're on the season premiere right about now, and that was about 5 weeks ago. So you're in the new season because they've changed graphics and everything. The ones that they had before weren't bad, but the ones they have now are better.
Okay. I think it's a good alternative. I actually enjoy it. And I'm sure I'll enjoy it more once I figure out who all the guys are.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like I said, it's kind of like watching NXT. It takes time to get to know the guys, even though you've seen a lot of them in the indie circuit.
Some of us don't have the network.
Okay.
Because I'm not giving Vince hell damn an ass. Some of my bowling buddies was like, "You going to SmackDown?" I was like, "No." No.
Now, actually, speaking of SmackDown, I know that Mabo, Mark Bowman from the Beyond Ringside family went. The Wicked Nemesis and Angie went.
I heard a lot of people was pissed
about
the way it ended.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Not every episode can end in a feel-good, but by the same token, what they did do is I understand that Ambrose actually stayed on the floor signing autographs after the camera stopped.
No, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, kind of like when the last time WWE was in our home market of Birmingham, Alabama, Daniel Bryan stayed out there for a good 10 minutes.
You heard the rumor about him, right?
Yeah, another surgery impending.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens.
He may not be back to Mania now. They were shooting for the Rumble, but he may not be back to Mania now. You know why he's got having to have another surgery, right?
Go ahead.
It's the same thing Peyton Manning went through.
Yeah.
That nerve's not regenerating.
Right. He's not getting his strength back.
And if you can't regenerate that nerve, how you going to throw a football? Or how you going to be able to wrestle? And there's no guarantee that it ever regenerates.
Right.
So, Peyton had 4 surgeries to get it to work. Sorry. I mean, I'm not trying to be, Mr. Downer here, but...
You're not. I mean, it's a situation we've been watching in progress.
I just hate it for him.
A couple of things I'm going to hit before we go to the top of the hour break. Tonight, Cosz Combat Zone Wrestling presents Tangled Web 7 at the Flyer Skate Zone. 7:30 p.m. start time in a Tangled Web match. This is that. If I know CZW, that's going to be cool. It's probably going to be like the. I'm not going to make comparisons, and that's easy to do, but I'm not going to do it. In a Tangled Web match, the Bulldozer, Matt Tremont, good friend of ours here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
What's up, Matt?
Taking on the Nation of Intoxication, Devin Moore. I've actually worked with Devin before back at Carnage Cup with IWA Deep South.
I was sad to hear that they wasn't doing that this year.
It's going to be it's probably going to be in January.
Well, then we're going.
And we're working on the timing of it right now. I'm actually in conversation with Kevin Brannon, the owner and president of IWA Deep South and LXW. And we are working on everything right now as far as the dates. It was originally going to be in November. Kevin has had a lot of things come up. And there's also...
Ain't that the one that's in Tennessee?
It was. But see, it's also been in North Alabama.
Okay, I thought he was a South Alabama promoter.
No, Kevin Brannon's here. He actually is promoted out of Sylacauga, too.
That's South Alabama. That's what I was thinking.
It's not south to me.
Close enough. It's towards Auburn, East Alabama. Okay.
Okay, I'll go with East.
It's south from here.
For the CZW World Heavyweight Championship, Biff Busick taking on Chris Dickinson. For the CZW World Tag Team titles, Ohio is for Killers, OI for Cape, defending against Team Tremendous. For the Wired TV title, Shane Strickland defending against Speedball Mike Bailey. In a return match, grudge match, Chainsaw Joe Gacy taking on Papadon. Yes?
I have a question. I don't know if he went back to CZW or not. That's why I'm asking. Whatever happened to Eddie Kingston since Homicide's back with TNA? I haven't seen him anywhere.
Actually, I have seen him recently.
Where?
Jakara.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I figured he'd go back to Jakara or CZW1, so.
And he's been making appearances here and there.
Okay.
Also on the card, Caleb Conley, Trevor Lee, Philly's Most Wanted, the Beaver Boys, and a whole lot more. For our friends in the northeastern U.S., Philly on over. Check it out.
No offense to anyone, but if the Beaver Boys is the best name you can come up with, you need to start over.
That's funny as hell. You should see these guys.
I could imagine. Also, somewhere in, I don't remember where, because I heard, but isn't the Hardys taking on the Young Bucks somewhere tonight?
I'll do some looking.
I think it's in New Jersey or somewhere.
I'll do some looking.
I'd almost want to see that too.
Because, see, we're in Voorhees, New Jersey. You're about probably 30 minutes away from Philly.
Okay. I heard it, but I'm not sure where. It's like watching the Young Bucks and the Briscoes go at it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Now, real quick, for our friends in the northeastern U.S., like I said, Voorhees, New Jersey is going to be the place to be. Like I said, at Flyers Skate Zone, 601 Laurel Oak Road. Bell time is 7:30 p.m. tonight. That is Combat Zone Wrestling. Tangled Web 7. Folks, do me a favor. Hang with us. We're going to go and go to the top of the hour break. We will be back in 5. And like I said, when we come back, got a major announcement forthcoming.
Even I don't know what it is.
Hang with us on the Beyond Ringside Saturday Showcase. We'll be right back.
I'm Paul Ellering, and you're locked into Beyond the Ringside.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
This is Jacoby Boykins, a.k.a. the Alabama Ambassador, Mr. 256. And you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motor Mouth, Fast Eddie Layne, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bill Behrens. You're watching You're listening, you're experiencing Beyond Ringside, and you are a better person for it. Trust me.
Hey everyone, this is the Cosz, Robert Cosper, host of Cosz and Effects Thursday Night Radio Throwdown. This is your invitation to join me, along with the Effects Stuart Couch, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, and all of the craziness that is C&E, right here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. It's wrestling radio with a twist, and some might just say with a twist of lime when the bar is open. Cause and Effect, right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Johnny Swinger here, the king of swing. So don't sing it, swing it. And remember, you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Got it. 4 minutes after the top of the hour. As promised, we are back. Welcome back into the Beyond Ringside Saturday Showcase. Fast Daddy Layne on this side of the control panel. Welcoming back in the Big Daddy Cool, Ryan Adcock.
Yes, sir.
Robert Cosper on the honeydew thing this afternoon. Actually, Cosper's tied up doing a number of different things this afternoon. He was going to call in right about now. Now, let's run this down.
Funny how he answers your text messages.
It's rare. Trust me, he gets the same thing. I mean, I get the same thing from him that you do from me sometimes. It'll be a day later, 2 days. First off, thank you to everybody listening in through BeyondRingside.com. Thank you to everyone who is listening in through Winamp and Winamp Mobile. Thank you to everybody listening in through Shoutcast and Shoutcast Mobile. Through Ustream and Ustream Mobile. Through TuneIn Radio and the TuneIn Radio app. And now, this is the one I've been waiting for a long time, and it happened this week, just a couple of days ago. There's a letter, and there's a symbol, and there's a word. Do you know where I'm going with this, Ryan?
I have no idea.
Beyond Ringside is now featured on the iHeartRadio app. Thank you. First off, we just got the word in. So for everybody one of the biggest radio apps that is out there and services that is out there, Beyond Ringside is proud to be featured on iHeartRadio. Like I said, this when it came through, and you would have actually seen my 230-pound ass turning cartwheels. So, like I said, we're making it that much easier for everybody to catch Beyond Ringside programming. Now, here's the thing, and this is something that I'm having discussions with in the coming days, because this is actually a bombshell. I haven't told anybody this until just now. It will be Beyond Ringside branded products, which will be featured. So Beyond Ringside Live, Back to Basics, and Saturday Showcase will be featured especially on the iHeartRadio app. I am still working on the logistics for iHeartRadio to pick up our station. That way, Midnight Black Mass, to be determined, Cause and Effect, and WrestleRage can be picked up as well. I'm taking everything one step at a time. But for right now, I am very proud and very humbled to say to the fine folks over at iHeartRadio who gave us the green light, thank you so much. It is appreciated. Big day for all of us here around the network on the Beyond Ringside family of shows. And like I said, and here's the thing, we will find a way to get the station included on iHeartRadio. We're working on that. I'm working diligently on that. But at this point, and we will also be broadcasting live through Spreaker, which will carry us live through iHeartRadio in the very near future. So keep your eyes and ears open. I can officially sit back and say that Beyond Ringside is an iHeartRadio station. Looking forward to the fun. Now the insanity begins. If I can just get that damn app, I'll be happy. Working on that concept too. Couple of things. It's been a weird week. And I have to wonder, with the new fall season and everything going on, am I the only one that is getting a little bit restless when it comes to the national promotions, Hitman?
What do you mean?
I'm not really looking at it through an apathetic eye or an uncaring eye. But I'm getting in certain realms that feeling once again of been there, done that.
Oh yeah, WWE especially. They're if you ask me my opinion, they're getting run over by Ring of Honor and TNA. The product from those two is way better than what WWE's been pumping out.
Now, here's this. I'm going to throw this one out there. We talked about him during the first hour. Considering the fact that MAV TV, now granted the time slot isn't the greatest in the world, thank God for DVRs. But at this point in time, and here comes the pressure for the West Coast. Considering you get MAV TV on Dish, you get it on Direct, you get it on Charter, you get it on a number of different cable providers, you almost have to look at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood as a national promotion now. Granted,
I wouldn't go that far.
Well,
it's still more of a local promotion.
Localized, maybe. California-based. But to have the potential for national television exposure through MAV TV. I know a number of promoters that would have an... I was about to say orgasm, but I decided to hold on that word.
Too bad you already said it.
Said what? When it comes down to the factor of having a channel such as, or even at that time. Because I know that when Global Championship Wrestling picked up CW21, even though it was 1 o'clock a.m., we were still happy to have that slot because we knew people could DVR the product. If you are, right now, if you are going to work for a company such as Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, knowing the fact that they do have national television potential and exposure, and by potential I do mean that exposure because more eyes can see you than just on KDOC Channel 8 out of L.A., does that not make you think a little bit more?
Sure. Any kind of national exposure is better than none.
And this is the weird side of life. Let me go and throw this one in there. When we first started the return of Beyond Ringside over at Blog Talk Radio, I knew that there were going to be a certain number of ears able to hear us. When we moved to Ustream, I knew there were going to be more ears able to hear us. When we opened... When I finally had the wherewithal to open BeyondRingside.com and Beyond Ringside Radio through the website, I knew it was going to get that much crazier. So I can imagine what's going through the mind of some of the talent that steps through the door of CWH. Because now with TuneIn, the second largest radio app, actually number 3, Pandora's number 2, iHeartRadio's number 1, and I'm working on Pandora too, kids. Trust me on that.
I thought she already worked for... Oh.
Nice. Nicely done. And that's the thing. Case point scenario. Vintage Wrestling Florida. Good friends of ours down there. Corey Chavis, Simon Says, Mike Cruz, Francisco Chiazzo. I mean, we've got some great allies down in the Sunshine State. Knowing the fact that they are now on television, that's got to play on the brain a little bit. So I'm just going to sit back and say this. As someone who has been a veteran on 4 different occasions of producing television or co-producing, co-exec, all of the above, just take it all one step at a time and take it all in stride.
I've watched a lot of it.
Because there's been a number of different projects. I mean, I'm very proud of the resume that I put together, the tear sheet that I put together, going all the way back to the 80s with All Pro Wrestling on Birmingham Cable. Thank you again to the Milliken family for that opportunity. It's just the whole thing has just been a crazy ride, and I can only imagine what's going through the minds of some of these guys who are doing television for the first time. Seeing the cameras right there can be a little bit intimidating every once in a while, especially if you're in the middle of a sequence of events inside the ring to where positioning is everything. Because a lot of the times when you do television for the first time, you have to change a lot of the way you work inside the ring. But coming back over, I have to sit back and say this. With Ring of Honor, with Jay Briscoe, yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out, because Ring of Honor has been putting out an excellent product. The dynamic has changed to a great degree since it first came on the air. Now, they've just wrapped up their Champions versus Legends show or Champions versus All-Stars. And next Saturday, matter of fact, in Lakeland, Florida, the stars of Ring of Honor will be in full force. They will be doing a TV taping in Lakeland at the Lakeland Center, 7:30 p.m. bell time.
I'm fixing to Google Maps Lakeland.
Actually, I know exactly where it is.
I just want to see how long it's going to take to get there.
There you go. Well, actually, it's going to be kind of hard because on the 26th, that's when, and let me go ahead and break this one down for everybody. Cast from Beyond Ringside, Cause and Effect, to be determined. We will be in force and Midnight Black Mass as well. We will be representing in full force with AIWF in Chattanooga, Tennessee at their upcoming Pro Wrestling Showcase, their Super Show. Yours truly, Mark Bowman, Robert Cosper, the Wicked Nemesis, Angie Travis, the Reverend Dan Wilson. We're all going to be there. Working on getting Hitman's happy ass on the road, but I think he may be headed down to Florida.
It's a little too far.
What is, Lakeland?
It's about 8.5 hours.
Yeah, that's about right.
A little too far for me.
You'll be there in no time. What you talking about?
Have you seen how much gas my truck drinks?
2 words for you. Rental car.
No.
Matt Sydal taking on Adam Cole. That match in and of itself has the potential to be worth the cost of admission.
Wait a minute. Adam Cole's going to be in Chattanooga?
Adam Cole's going to be in Florida.
Oh, damn.
And Matt Sydal's going to be with him. ROH World TV title match. Jay Lethal taking on ACH.
That's going to be off the chart, dude.
Don't blink. You know, and I really enjoy the fact that they're using talent such as ACH and Tadarius Thomas. Caprice Coleman, Cedric Alexander, these guys can fly.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. The phenomenal AJ Styles is slated to be there. The Briscoe brothers, including the world champion Jay Briscoe, slated to be there. Members of the Kingdom, Cole and Bennett, along with Maria Kanellis. Depending on exactly which outfit she's wearing,
no.
that could be worth the cost of admission.
No, it doesn't matter what outfit she wears.
It's too much, right?
It's perfect.
The less coverage, the better.
Yes.
The Decade will be there. Roderick Strong, BJ Whitmer, Jimmy Jacobs with Adam Page. Speaking of Caprice and Cedric, CNC, they will be there, probably in singles action. From there also, Moose and R.D. Evans will be there. Hanson slated to be there. And I have not had a chance to do some snooping around and finding out, but I'm hoping to hear some good news very soon about the progress of Ray Rowe. And we know about the motorcycle accident that he had, which has left him out of action for a while. But I'm, as always, and with all of us here, our thoughts, our prayers, and our best wishes go out to Ray, and definitely hope that he can make it back into the ring. You know, we're hoping for a speedy recovery and a full recovery. But like I said, for our friends down at the Sunshine State, the Lakeland Center, 701 West Lime Street in Lakeland, Florida. And once again, that is going to be a 7:30 p.m. bell time. Tickets are available through the website. Check out rohwrestling.com. I would be curious to see who AJ is taking on at that show. Because you know, if they're bringing Styles in for this, they're going to put the booking in place. I'd actually like to see AJ's taking on Mark Briscoe. I think that'd be fun.
I do too.
And this is something that I've got to sit back and say. I asked the question in the first hour about WWE jumping the shark in a lot of ways.
Yep.
And
they keep jumping the same shark every month. Thank you, John Cena and Randy Orton.
Well, here's the thing for me. I personally like Miz. In ring, he is good.
At least you got one. At least he's got one fan.
But is it weird when the stunt double is more over than the talent? It's using that phrase very loosely.
I'll give you this. That's funny. But it's demeaning to Sandow. To me. He can be so much more than that. And they don't know what to do with him. It's like they don't know what to do with I can't think of it. Cesaro. They don't know what to do with now they're breaking up the Wyatt families because they don't know what to do with Bray Wyatt. I mean, their creative needs a severe kick in the ass because they're wasting great talent. And they keep ramming Randy Orton and John Cena down our throat. Guys, nobody cares about Randy Orton and John Cena anymore. They don't. They've seen it, done it, got a t-shirt. They don't care. I mean, Sheamus is stale because they run him out there every time. You know, I mean,
Sheamus has not been the same ever since he came back from the injury.
Yeah, but they run him out there on SmackDown. They run him out there on Raw. They put him in 3 6-man tag matches. He's good, but they don't push him right.
Then let me lay this one out to you. On Beyond Ringside Live last week, Mabo brought up the question: should WWE make the moves to treat NXT as a third brand as opposed to developmental?
I don't know. I don't know. I could see both sides of that, but they're having a hard enough time with their main event talent. You know, they're gonna screw up Neville and Sami Zayn and Kevin Steen when he comes up. And
I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know about the screwing up part.
Really? I can list 10 wrestlers right now that are not being booked properly on the main show.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that has not been a new development that has happened on more than one occasion.
That's true, but it's getting worse.
Tell you what, let's run a couple of these real quick. Shifting gears over to college football. Purdue versus Minnesota. Yeah, I know I'm pulling that game straight out of thin air. Minnesota is actually favored by 13 over Purdue right now, but it is a home game. Purdue has actually been surprising. And I think this might actually be a week where I'm not going to take the spread on that one. I'll take Minnesota to win, but I think they'll only win by 6. Anything you want to throw in there?
Okay.
West Virginia, Baylor. Baylor is only favored by 9.5.
Baylor by 2 touchdowns.
On the road?
Yep.
Okay. And guess what? The over's 81. I'm taking the under.
I'll take the over.
You will?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It'll be a 50-40 something game probably.
Well, I'll go with that. Georgia Tech, North Carolina.
I didn't think we picked college games. I thought we picked.
We do every once in a while.
Okay.
I mean, there's some out there that I like, and I'm getting to this one. Arkansas versus Georgia. Arkansas at home. Georgia giving away 3 points on the road to Arkansas. Over's 58.5.
Under Arkansas.
I'm going with the way Arkansas played Alabama, but Alabama just made way too many mistakes last week. And, I mean, they were fundamental mistakes.
I don't think Georgia can stop Arkansas's running game.
I'm taking Arkansas on the under. From there, also, there's a couple of games that I'm really watching right now. I want to see how North Texas rebounds this week at home against Southern Miss. North Texas giving away 10. And remember, UAB was only favored by 4 last week against North Texas at home. And UAB ended up winning 56-21. So I'm actually going to sit back and go for Southern Miss on this one because I don't know if North Texas can rebound after last week regardless. From there, Southeastern Conference action. Actually, here's one game that I'm looking at. Middle Tennessee State at home favored by 1 over UAB in the over 71. I'm actually going to go ahead and take UAB and the over.
I'll go UAB and under.
Okay, we'll go with that. Alabama taking on Texas A&M a little bit later on this afternoon. It's a 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern time start. Alabama giving away 12.5 at home to Texas A&M. Over 60. Yeah, I know. That's one to think on because if Alabama shows up...
I don't think Alabama covered the 12.5 point.
I really don't think they will either. I think the way that they played last week, and you know that Saban's going to have them working on fundamentals all over again and drumming it into their heads from there.
If they play Texas A&M like they played Arkansas, they'll lose by 3 touchdowns.
I'll agree to that 100%. That's where I'm going to sit back and say I'll take Alabama straight up, and I'll take the under.
It depends on which Alabama team shows up.
True.
The one that played Florida shows up, they'll win. The one that plays Arkansas shows up, they'll lose.
True. Another game which is actually on right now, Oklahoma at home against Kansas State. Oklahoma favored by 9.5, and the line's 59. I'm actually going to go and stick with Oklahoma, but take the under because I don't see that. I mean, there's 7 minutes left in the first quarter, and it's a 0 tie.
Oh, Kansas State's not bad.
No, they're not.
But Stoops will run it up if he can.
I really don't know if Oklahoma's going to pull this out, but Oklahoma's got a good squad, but so does Kansas State.
Yeah, but Oklahoma's starting quarterback just headed to the locker room.
Oh boy, late breaking development there. Ole Miss taking on Tennessee at home by 17. Overs 48.
I don't think Ole Miss will beat them by 17. I think Ole Miss will win handily, 10 points maybe. They may get 17, but
I'm going Ole Miss the points and the over.
I don't know. That's a trap game, dude.
Yeah, it is. It is. That 17's a teaser, and I'm going to go ahead and jump on it.
And you ain't seen the bad Bo Wallace yet. This may be the game he shows up.
You never know. I mean, we've seen quarterbacks have off days, but will this be the day that Bo Wallace has an off day? I don't think so.
Next week where he has an off day, personally.
And who's that against?
That would be against us.
Thank you. I was waiting on that.
Every Alabama fan on the planet will be cheering for us to beat them next week.
Yeah, very true. Florida giving away 4 at home against Missouri over 49.5.
I think Florida gets ran over by Missouri. I think Florida sucks.
I think this is too close to a pick 'em. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and say Florida, but I'm not.
Dude, Florida had to hold on and intercept a pass against Tennessee to win 10-9.
That's a baseball score.
No, that was Auburn and Mississippi State years ago when it was 3-2.
Yeah.
But I don't think Florida's that good. I think Missouri's a lot better than they showed last week, obviously because they beat South Carolina.
Yep.
I think Missouri runs over Florida.
LSU giving away 11.5 at home against Kentucky over 51. I'm taking LSU in the under. Okay, I'm taking LSU straight up in the under. I don't think it's going to be 11.5.
I'm going to take Kentucky in an upset.
Okay.
I'm going to take Kentucky in an upset. Kentucky's playing some good ball.
My upset for the week, I'm going to take Hawaii over San Diego State University.
Who the hell picks Hawaii from around here?
I did. San Diego State at home giving away 9 against Hawaii. The over is 48. I'm taking I'm taking Hawaii and the over. Don't ask me why. Every once in a while, something just jumps out and says, yeah, you're dumb enough. Pick this one. And right now, let's go ahead and look at it. Coming up a little bit later, 7 p.m. East Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Unless something changes, everything's in place. They're still saying Carlos Williams is probable. They're saying that Jameis Winston is probable.
Jameis Winston's going to play.
Anything can happen in the final hours.
Jameis Winston's going to play.
There's a subpoena going to be served.
Jameis Winston's still going to play.
But will that be enough? Florida State giving away 12.5 at home against Notre Dame, 56.
I'll take the over, and I'll take Florida State to cover. I think Notre Dame is overrated.
Notre Dame is normally overrated.
They had to hang on to beat somebody. They had to throw a last-second touchdown pass to beat somebody a couple weeks ago. They should have ran out of the gym. They almost lost at Touchdown Jesus.
I thought you were about to say Gerbil Jesus.
No, it's Touchdown Jesus. It's their stadium.
I know it.
I can't remember who they played, but they had to throw a last-second touchdown. They're overrated. Florida State's too fast. They got too much talent on the skill positions. Much as I hate it, I think Florida State wins.
Here's the thing. From my
not to be Lee Corso.
I'm not putting on a wig. Sorry, kids. And I haven't worn eye black for over 30 years. For me, it's simple. Florida State showed they could win if Jameis Winston is not in the game. For as much as I would like to see Florida State fall today, and just send once again.
I told you I want both of them to lose. Someone's in a bad situation.
Can we get a tie?
No, it still sucks. It's like kissing your sister.
Yeah. I don't have a sister, and I still cringed. But the short version is, Florida State can win today. Will Notre Dame have enough momentum on their side? Will they have enough inspiration to play the game of their life today? Because that's what it's going to have to be for Notre Dame. We've had those games come up where it's going to be a question mark. I don't think if Florida State wins, it's going to be by 12.5. I think Notre Dame plays Florida State harder than anticipated. This has nothing to do with the fact that I'm so past hearing about Jameis Winston in any capacity whatsoever. If Notre Dame wins, and there's a question I want to throw at you. If Notre Dame wins, do we talk about Notre Dame winning or Florida State losing? Seriously.
It's a good question.
Because if Florida State if Florida State falls to Notre Dame, where we should be, where everybody in the so-called media should be bestowing the virtues on the fact that Notre Dame came out with a win, whether it be 1 point or 10 points.
We should be praising touchdown Jesus.
But by the same token, I have to say this. You know that the majority of the sports shows are going to be criticizing and critiquing Florida State's performance instead of praising Notre Dame on the win. And that's the sad part about it. That's the culture in which we live. Folks, hang with us. Going to the bottom of the hour break. We'll be back. Hang with us on the Beyond Ringside Saturday Showcase.
This is Bad Brad Armstrong, part of the famous Armstrong family of professional wrestling, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Hey, this is Marcus Buff Bagwell, and guess what? I'm buff, I'm the stuff, and the girls can't get enough, and you are locked in to Beyond Ringside. Check it out.
Hey, everyone. This is the Cosz, Robert Cosper, host of Cosz and Effects Thursday Night Radio Throwdown. This is your invitation to join me, along with the Effects Stuart Couch, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, and all of the craziness that is C&E, right here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. It's wrestling radio with a twist, and some might just say with a twist of lime when the bar is open. Cause and Effect, right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Greetings, grappling fans. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you noticed, but I am the most heart-stopping, jaw-dropping, eye-popping, high-flying, death-defying, awe-inspiring wrestler in the world today, chasing the gift Kincaid, and you are locked in to Beyond Ringside Radio.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
This is Harley Race, 8 times NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, first ever King of the Ring, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is SmartRage from WrestleRage Radio, coming to you from the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Join myself and my co-host, Super Stan Grubb, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern as we present WrestleRage Radio, where we rant and rave on everything in the world of pro wrestling. Sometimes we'll have a guest. Sometimes it'll be just me and Stan BSing about the sport that we love, pro wrestling. Check us out. Tune in Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, only on the Beyond Ringside Network.
This is your boy, Miggity Miggity Mabo, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
This is Hector Camacho Jr., and you are locked in with Beyond Ringside. It's Junior time.
Let's keep this train rolling. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com, at Beyond Ringside on Twitter, MySpace.com/Beyond Ringside. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Google+, Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live. Let me give you this one, kids. For everybody who is on our Facebook friends page, Facebook is undergoing yet another tantrum. So and this is the thing, I know personally of a number of different pages that are dedicated to shows and personalities that a lot of pro wrestlers use, a lot of people in MMA use, and that they have their pseudonyms, they have their ring names or stage names up there. And Facebook is forcing people to put a legit driver's license screen name on their accounts. So please do me a favor before Facebook has a tantrum in our direction, which you know it's coming. Put it this way, Gunner changed his TNA Gunner page to Chad Lale. He put his shoot name on there.
There's a reason I don't mess with social media, dude. Several.
Dude, that's why I'm going back to MySpace. Screw Facebook.
I don't need MySpace.
We'll be on Facebook every once in a while, but like I said, come on back.
Don't need Twitter. Don't need Facebook. Don't need any of that stuff.
But please, for everybody who has us on the Beyond Ringside Friends page, please take a moment. Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live. Click like, because we are posting identical content on both pages. That way, when Beyond Ringside's friend page gets dropped, thanks to Facebook stupidity, go figure this one out. They will let, and I'm going to get into this one for a hot second, they will let a certain segment of the population use pseudonyms or stage names because they feel like they're gonna get harassed and bullied on their pages. But yet legitimate businesses and business people are being forced to change theirs. What's good for one is good for everybody.
No. It should be, but it's not.
Well, what's supposed to be good for one person should be good for everybody.
Agree.
I don't care. I don't care if you're a royalty. I don't care what kind of queen you are. Whether you're doing short track or drag strip, do the pseudonyms in there.
Let me give you a 5-cent piece of advice for free that my grandfather gave me when I was too young to understand, but I completely understand now. I was bitching about something similar to this for a 13, 14-year-old. And he said, son, you're trying to justify the way things should be. You're going to have to learn to deal with them the way they are. I had no idea what he meant. I get it now.
I got that years ago. I got that conversation. Yeah,
I got it.
Let's run them down real quick. Colts at home giving away 3 against the Bengals. Overs 49.
Well, I'll take the Colts to cover, and I'll take the over.
I'm taking the dog on the road. I'm taking the Bengals, and I'm taking the under.
The Bengals, who went to a tie with the Carolina Panthers last week.
Yeah, and Indianapolis isn't as good as the depending on the week.
Indianapolis has the best offense in the NFL right now.
Yeah, it depends on what day of the week it is. Depends on what quarter it is, too. Washington at home giving away 4 against the Titans, 46.5.
Oh, it's a case of who wants to suck less.
There you go. I'm taking the Titans considering what happened last week. I'm good with that.
I'll take the Redskins just to be different.
Chicago at home giving away 3 against Miami, 48.5.
And I've said this on the show before to get back to what you just said, but if I hear one more analyst now talk that the Redskins are better with what's his name at quarterback as opposed to RG3, I'm going to shoot somebody with a high-powered rifle.
Okay.
Because he's thrown like 27 interceptions since he's been starting.
Well, that's true.
But anyway, I think Tennessee sucks too, so that's why I'm going to pick the Redskins.
I think Tennessee sucks less right now, so I'm going to go considering they're inching upwards. They're not regressing. They're not falling backwards, so I'm taking Tennessee. And the under. Chicago at home. I think I just said that. Chicago at home giving away 3 against Miami, 48.5.
I'll take the Bears and the 3 points.
Yeah. I really want the Dolphins to win.
I do too. Just don't like Jay Cutler.
Neither do I. But
he's got two All-Pro wide receivers though.
Yeah, he does. I'm taking Miami on the road. I'm taking Miami dog on the road. I'm going against the grain. Thank you, McLovin, wherever you may be.
Andrew Perloff, hello.
There you go. Thank you. We'll talk about the Dan Patrick Show a little bit later. Jacksonville at home. 4-point underdogs against the Browns, over 45.
I'll take the Browns to cover and the under.
I'll take the Browns to cover and the over. St. Louis at home, 6.5 underdogs to Seattle, 44.
Seattle to cover. Easy.
Yeah, the way Seattle's been, I think they're back on a little bit of a mission.
Even though they traded Percy Harvin yesterday.
Yeah, I know, it sucks.
No, I don't. Smart.
Depending.
He was becoming an issue.
So we get rid of issues.
Exactly.
Normally those just get buried, don't they?
Yes.
I'm taking Seattle on the road, but I'm going to go ahead and take the under on this one for some reason. Green Bay at home, 7-point favorites against Carolina, 48.5.
Ooh. I'm going to take Carolina and the over.
I'm taking Green Bay to cover, and I'm taking the over as well.
I don't know. Cam Newton's playing good, dude.
Yeah, but so is Aaron.
Yeah, true.
I'm really scared about that 7 because I think it'll be a 3-point game.
That's why I said Carolina.
Yeah, I'll take Green Bay straight up.
We're not betting straight up. You put the points for entertainment purposes only. You put the point spread out there.
Yeah, and my bookie says I can bet straight up, so I'm playing straight up.
You have a bookie for entertainment purposes only?
Yes, I do.
Wow,
and trust me, he's entertaining sometimes.
I'm sure he is.
Baltimore at home, giving away 7 against the Falcons, 49.5.
Baltimore and the over.
I'm taking Atlanta and the under.
You're such a homer. I knew you was going to take the Falcons.
I think it's, once again, I'm taking the Falcons and the under. Buffalo at home, 4.5 favorite over the Vikings, 44.5.
Buffalo to cover with the under.
Too much going on. Buffalo and the under. I'll take the over on this one. I'll take Buffalo to cover.
You do realize that all the points that are scored are going to have to be scored by Buffalo, right? Because Minnesota sucks.
Yeah, I know. But, with Castle being out and Peterson being out, okay, Buffalo and the under.
You're welcome.
Detroit at home, 2.5 over the Saints, 51. As he is in mid-drink, I'll just go and take this one right off the bat. I like the Saints. I like the Lions to a great degree.
Before you make your pick, you know the Saints suck on the road, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Will this be the week that the Saints actually win on the road?
No.
I think Calvin tears up the secondary of New Orleans.
Calvin might not be playing.
That's true. Let's see. Jimmy Graham doubtful. Reggie Bush probable. Calvin Johnson doubtful. I'll take the Saints on the road in the under.
I'll take Detroit at home and the under.
San Diego at home giving away 5.5 to KC, 46.5. Yeah, I know. That should be just a pick 'em.
Rivers is playing good.
Yeah, I know. San Diego's on top of it. Personally, I'm taking San Diego to cover in the over.
Yeah, I can go with
that. Dallas at home giving away 4.5 to the Giants, 48.5.
How about them Cowboys?
Shut up.
I hate Tony Romo too. Gosh.
When did the damn Cowboys learn how to play?
When they've got a running back.
Well, that's true too. I think it was brought up last week on one of the shows. I'll say it, Dan Patrick's show by Shea and Irving. 39 design run plays against 33 pass plays,
and they win.
And they won
exactly.
5-1. Oh my God! The first time since 2008.
How about them Cowboys?
Barf.
Yeah, I'm not a big Romo fan. I'm not a big Jerry Jones fan either.
And that defense is playing inspired too.
Yeah, I agree.
I think 4.5 is a sucker bet. I think
they're only favored for 4.5 over the Giants. And where are they playing?
Oh, excuse me, 6.5 now.
Where are they playing?
At home.
In Cowboy Stadium?
Yeah, Jerryland.
Oh yeah, Dallas covers easy.
Yeah, it's 6.5 actually. I'm sorry about that. Okay.
If it was 10.5, I'd say they cover.
Against the Giants, I know, who have a tendency to be hapless every once in a while. Oakland at home, 3.5 underdog against the Cardinals, 45.
I'll take the Cardinals because they're actually playing pretty good ball, even though Palmer's not playing.
True.
And we'll go over. Just for giggles, we'll go over.
Cardinals to cover in the under.
I can go with that too. But
yeah, because Oakland's not going to score that much. You realize most everything that's going to be scored is going to be scored by Arizona. There's your words back at you.
There you go.
Broncos at home giving away 7.5 to the 49ers. 49.5. 7 even. Sorry about that.
Oh, man, I want to pick Peyton Manning.
I want to pick the Broncos at home, too, because remember, he only needs 2 touchdowns to tie Favre on the all-time list, 3 to pass. And you don't know which team is going to show up in San Francisco's red and gold.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Denver wins the game, but they don't cover the 7 points. What was the over?
49.5.
I'll take the over.
Yeah, this could end up being a shootout. And I'm taking Denver at home. They will cover. I'm taking the over, and Peyton breaks the record.
Think he throws for 3 touchdowns?
I think he throws for 3.
I can't argue that.
Monday night. Let's see. The Monday night game. Pittsburgh at home giving away 3 against the Texans. 44.5.
This is a case of who might suck less.
Who will suck less?
I'm a big fan of J.J. Watt, but he can't do it by himself. Adrian Foster plays there, too.
In a game like
Where
this,
are they playing, Houston? Or
they're playing in Pittsburgh.
And Pittsburgh's favored by how many?
3. At this moment, 3.
I'll take the Texans in the upset.
I'll take Texas on the road upset. I'll take the under. Yeah, because even if it's 22-21 or 23, it's going to be 44.5. And
I'll take the under for sure.
Yeah, I'll take the under on that one. All right, for entertainment purposes only. Go Blazers.
Let's hope we do better than we did the last time we picked pro.
We
sucked.
I was just going to simply say we got our asses handed to us royally.
Last year I actually kept up with it, and between you and me, we was about 80 to 82%.
Yeah.
The last 2 times we picked pro games, we was like 26%. We were terrible.
Going at 14 before the top of the hour, a couple of things I want to run down real quick. Tonight in Hanover, Pennsylvania, Rage Pro Wrestling, the Sandman takes on Robbie Illuminati for the Rage Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. Good friend of ours is going to be on that show this evening, the Master of Malice, Mark James, also known as the one half of the Brutes, Mark James. Want to wish him the absolute very best on this road trip. He does promise tonight will be a brutiful event. That pun was brute old. Sorry, Mark.
And you ran with it.
I ran with it too. Also, Blue Meanie expected to be on the show tonight. They've been Rage Pro Wrestling had their initial outing, or had an outing in recent history, and I heard nothing but great things about the show. So I'm looking for it all over again tonight. Hanover, Pennsylvania. 5:45 is when the doors are going to open. Bell time is going to be 7 o'clock p.m. Also, quick reminder, tonight in Carrollton, Georgia. I had it up a second ago. Let me find my notes. I hate it when this happens. Also, there it is. Tonight, Peach State Wrestling Alliance, historic VFW Fairgrounds in Carrollton, Georgia. Tommy Too Much taking on Johnny Swinger. Jimmy Rave taking on Fry Daddy. And this was originally supposed to be, as I said, a tag team title match, no DQ, as the Sevenfold Saints take on Amos and Dusty. Peach State Wrestling Alliance has some great shows. I definitely, and Shane Knowles, great friend of ours here on the Beyond Ringside family of shows. We were originally going to try to get him on for a couple minutes today, and unfortunately we're not able to. But of course, Shane, he knows he's got an open door anytime that we're on, whether it be Saturday, Sunday, or Tuesday. And of course, I think he's also going to be making an appearance on WrestleRage in the very near future too. We were trying to get him for to be determined this past Wednesday. A very, very busy man working to make the promotion the absolute best it can be. Once again, also tonight, Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment in Canton, Georgia. Corey, dude, I hope you have a blast up there. It's going to be a great time, and that's the easy way to say it. I've been asked the question about Kurt.
Angle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, Kurt will be staying with TNA. And that was brought to me, that was just like, what are my thoughts about Kurt Angle staying in TNA?
Well, that's not for sure yet, but that's a rumor, yes.
What do you think about it?
I'm fine either way. I already turned down a full-time deal with WWE because he didn't want to go full-time. I'm okay with that, too. He's earned it. I'd like to see him come back to WWE and go out and get put in Vince's Hall of Fame, and that's what I'm going to call it from now on because it's not the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Of course not. It is the WWE Hall of Fame. It's Vince's baby.
So I'd like to see him come back and do a little limited run and get put in the Hall of Fame and then do whatever he wants to do after that, but I'm okay either way. I think he's done very well in the role as commissioner.
Yeah.
So I just want to see Sting get in the damn ring, but we'll get into that in a minute. But
no, go ahead and bring it up now.
I'm just sick of this. He's either going to, or he's doing scripted text messages talking about this date or that. Getting a damn ring or don't. Period.
I think, from my perspective, I am okay with the factor of Sting being where he is. Because we all know what Sting has put his body through, especially when he was with TNA.
Sure.
And...
Or let me rephrase what I said. Because I didn't quote myself right. Strangely how that happens.
There you go.
Get on camera or don't.
Okay, I can go with that one.
That's what I should have said.
Yeah. I think what they wanted to... And see, here's the thing. From my perspective, as far as it goes with Sting, on camera, off camera, I know that he's probably trying to do a little bit more in the gym work. Because I think he realizes that first impression when he cracks the curtain is going to mean a lot to everybody, longtime fans. And knowing Steve, watching him all these years, Sting is very protective of his public image. On camera, I should say. That's why Mark made very few appearances leading up to Mania this year. He's very protective of his on-camera image. Because the one thing Sting has been guilty of, more than anything else, is not wanting to let the fans down.
Yeah, but there's generations of fans that don't know him anymore.
Trust me, that's why I'm digging the factor of the Sting DVD set. Which, if you have not had a chance to watch it yet, it's cool. I've been enjoying it. And I thank WWE for actually putting the product out. And yeah, it's primarily a best of, which is what it was meant to be. Because I believe that there are matches on that DVD set that you won't have on the WCW. And by the way, you know, it's really weird since Vince has the copyright and trademarking for World Championship Wrestling in WCW. Why not try to do something on the network with a live product?
Exactly.
But would it just be an extension of what he's already got, or would he actually treat it as a separate product like he does NXT?
I don't know.
This is where I get to jump up and down and say, I told everybody so. Because when the roster split dissolved, when the brand split dissolved, it is as I said it would be. I was dead, solid, accurate when I said it. That we would end up seeing the same faces on both shows every week.
Yep. You called it. And I'm one of the guys that said they didn't need to unify the titles either. And we'll get into that in the next hour of why that's a bad thing now. I called that.
Yeah, you did. You were right on it, too. Look, there are people in WWE that are begging for television time. And they're giving television time to Minigator.
Oh, I wish you hadn't brought that up.
They're giving television time to the Bunny. You know, I thought the Bunny was Sandow. It still could be. Same physical build. And actually, a friend of mine, Tom Canterbury, down in Tuscaloosa, brought up the fact that he saw Corey Hollis leaving Corey Hollis leaving SmackDown this past Tuesday. Corey was probably on hold talent, and you know, Corey Hollis, tremendous in-ring competitor, and continues to. I mean, I've known him for a couple of years, and he keeps getting better. And just when I think he's there, he does it again. He takes it up yet another notch. But yeah, there's a part of me that wishes I could have been at SmackDown Tuesday night, but considering everything that's happened, I'm glad I wasn't. I'm sorry.
Ain't a part of me that wishes I was there.
I like the live stuff. I like being there in person.
I used to.
And if it wasn't for the fact that I was enjoying myself on the beach at Jekyll Island, I would have been in Nashville for Ring of Honor. I did that just... I'm sorry, that's a visual. We should be on television or video casting right now to see the look on Hitman's face. It's like, you asshole, you brought that back up. Hashtag hell damn asshole. Hashtag Gerbil Jesus Christ of Ferret Day Saints. Thank you, Wick and Mabo, for that one. Got to listen to the replay to find out about hashtag Gerbil Jesus.
No, you don't.
But unfortunately, like I said, gimmicks only go so long. They pulled El Torito off television for a little while, technically, but lo and behold, they brought him back and they've got the feud with Minigator. Come on.
I don't care about El Damn Torito. I don't care about Los Matadores. Because they suck almost as bad as he does.
No, amazingly enough, they have talent, but they've watered everything down and sterilized it to the point with them where Primo and Epico.
Fair enough. You're right.
They've become a cartoon of what they were in the ring.
Yes. And that's why the public doesn't care.
I mean, I would be perfectly okay.
It's like Kathy Lee drinking wine in the middle of the ring, or Todd Christie promoting the show. Nobody gives a hell damn her ass.
Who?
The guy that comes on that show after Raw goes
Who?
off. Yeah, well, he was on there.
Oh,
and then some desperate housewives from Atlanta on there. Nobody cares. They're sick of seeing that crap, and yet they pump it out every week.
Yeah.
And then you could almost deal with it if the matches were good, but they're not.
See,
so you compound the problem.
Here's the thing. From Monday Night Raw, the 6 Diva tag match was a blur for me because I fast-forwarded through it.
Exactly, because it sucks.
Well, no, it had those two sisters in there that I don't care to see on television. That's why it's like I made a comment on social media this past Monday night. It's such a beautiful thing to have picture in a picture on my television set. That way I can relegate a Bella to the corner of the screen.
The only reason either one of the Bellas is on TV is to keep Daniel Bryant relevant.
That's not even working.
I agree, but that's the only reason that they should ever be on TV. Ever.
That whole group should be moved off and put on Total Divas, brought out once every 6 months for a crossover, and genuinely bring in more women who know how to work.
No, I respect your opinion, but no, there should never be a crossover with Total Divas on WWE Raw, ever.
Well, they have to keep
No, they don't.
They have to keep that WWE part listed.
Then put it on SmackDown.
No.
There should never be a crossover with Divas because they suck.
SmackDown is better than Raw right now.
Not really. Not really.
Go figure. The taped show seems less canned than the live show.
No, I agree with that.
That's why I'm saying SmackDown is better than Raw. SmackDown has a better continuity to it.
Yeah.
There are so many times when I will look at Monday Night Raw and go, where the hell were they going with this?
Dude, and what bothers me the most is, I'm as big a critic as it comes. And I admit that. But after SummerSlam, I was so up for what they were doing. I was like, they turned the corner. Even WrestleMania, Daniel Bryant got his moment. I'm okay with it. I understand Daniel Bryant got hurt, so let's take that out of the equation. That wasn't planned. I got it. But even after SummerSlam, but dude, what they've done the past 3 months is awful. I'm sorry.
Well, fortunately, the pay-per-views have been better than normal.
Dude, the last pay-per-view sucked.
Night of Champions?
Sucked.
Better than I thought it was going to be.
Nah, it's bad. It's bad. And I got a feeling Hell in a Cell's not going to be much better.
I'm not going to be in town for it.
Wouldn't watch it if I was here.
And let me go ahead and give everybody the rundown real quick before we go to the top of the hour break. From this vantage point, and I think I'm just going to, and if I come up with a new show, I'm just going to go and call it From My Vantage Point. It's been my phrase of the day for how many years?
Along with my side of the coin.
There you go.
Meanwhile, your new show should be called Meanwhile Back at the Ranch.
Nah, I think I'd get in trouble for that somewhere.
Probably. Well, haven't you learned? I thought we understood this years ago. It's always better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Scrappy doodle dandy. Oh, by the way,
or aloha, cowboy. Anyway,
did you catch the play on words from Impact Wednesday night when it came to EC3 introducing his new protector?
I heard what he said, but what are you talking about?
His name is Tyrus.
Yeah, I heard him say that.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Have you haven't figured this one out?
Probably not.
Here is your play.
His name is Brodus Clay. Anyway.
No, his name was Brodus Clay in WWE.
Yeah.
And here's the one I want everybody to get. TYR. There should be a space in the middle. Us. And that space.
Tries?
No. Tyrannosaurus.
Oh, okay.
Which goes right into Funkasaurus.
I don't want him dancing.
They made, and they went for the stretch on this one. They went for the stretch, and they got it in my book. When they named him that, that's the first thing that popped into my head. Tyrannosaurus. That fits perfectly. So if you got the play on words in there, and think about that.
Yeah, I get it now. I just want him to be what he is, to be a beast.
I mean, he's more like a Stegosaurus, but I'll take the Tyrannosaurus reference any day of the week. So I am glad to see Monstrous BC on the Impact product right now. And they're giving him the opportunity to come across more as the monster he should be.
He should be. I agree with what Cosper said months and months ago, and I'm not going to take the thunder away from what he said and say I said it. I just agree with it. He could legitimately be one of the best big men ever if they just let him do it.
Agreed.
But no, Vince wants a dancing monkey.
Well, the short version is he was getting a paycheck, and I'm happy for him.
Oh, I'm not knocking. I mean, I'm sure that's the case. But I'm just saying, as back a couple of segments ago, as a back to what we were talking about, how they misuse talent.
Yeah.
He's a suplex machine.
Yes.
He's a 150-pound bigger version of Taz is what he is.
Well, that's true.
But yet, you would have no idea if you hadn't seen him on Independent.
Yeah, very true.
Because what Vince showed was garbage.
I know. Remember, look what they did to Albert.
Yeah, I agree.
Or Tensai.
I agree.
All right. Let's take it up to the top of the hour break. Hang with us. We'll be back in 5. Home run hour right around the corner. On the Beyond Ringside Saturday Showcase.
This is Bob Allen, co-author of Gordon Soley's Something Left Behind and the Soley Chronicles, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
The To Be Determined show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Monroe, Fast Eddie Layne, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
Hey, this is Fred Core Weaver. You listen to Beyond Ringside.
Flop it over floor.
No, I don't think our elevator does got all the floors. Fortunately, we get out of the basement every once in a while.
I've been told that many times.
There you go. Welcome back in. The Saturday Showcase rolls on. Hour 3 technically underway. Fast Eddie Layne over here. Hitman, Big Daddy Cool, Ryan Adcock, what's up?
Over here.
Looking for the return of Robert Cosper in the near future. Where's Waldo?
Is he dead?
Nope.
It's been like 2 months since we talked to him.
Yeah, and
even on text message. Hello.
There you go. And Cosz and Effect slated to return this Thursday night to Beyond Ringside Sports Radio. Looking forward to it. Give you the quick rundown. Tomorrow, the trifecta in place. Beyond Ringside Live, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. WrestleRage Radio with Mark Rage and Stan at 9 p.m. Eastern. And the Midnight Black Mass with Reverend Dan Wilson at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 Central. Beyond Ringside Back to Basics returns this Tuesday evening on October. What month am I in?
September. Hello.
On October 21st at 9 p.m. Eastern. Special guest coming up this week, slated to be Luke Gallows. And I'm going to be joined by Smart Rage from WrestleRage Radio for this interview, because he's the one who set it up, and we're working on the timetable, so therefore he's coming on to Back to Basics. Kissing wrestler ass, and that's why they're getting the good interviews too. Love you, Corey. Love you, Stan. Quit taking crap so seriously. And To Be Determined, of course, does return this coming Wednesday night, October 22nd at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, with the Wicked Nemesis, Clyde Braddock, Steven Styles, and I know we're going to hear what happened. Actually, we may hear tomorrow on BR Live. And we asked, where's Waldo a second ago as it pertained to Robert Cosper?
I don't feel tardy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you, David Lee Roth.
Indeed.
My question is, where's the WWE Championship?
Oh, you had to go here, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Bring it on, buddy.
I was the one ranting and raving, jumping up off the walls, talking about you didn't need to have a part-time guy as heavyweight champion. Especially the unified heavyweight champion, which I thought was a bad idea anyway. Because if you're going to have a part-time guy as champion and he doesn't want to be here, Brock Lesnar, Rock, you can have another champion on another show, and at least your champion is relevant. I thought Brock Lesnar actually made the WWE Championship relevant again, but now he's decided he doesn't want to wrestle again until January. How can you have your unified heavyweight championship not defended on a pay-per-view for 3 months?
4.
No, he was there last month. Him and Cena wrestled last month.
It will have been 4 months by the time that pay-per-view
No,
was
October, November, December, 3 months.
Okay, I thought it was going to be January.
Yeah, well, okay, technically you're right. 3 pay-per-views in between.
Right.
And that is the microcosm of why the WWE is in third place, in my opinion, lately.
When you have your primary champion, and remember, this comes hot on the heels of WWE stripping Daniel Bryan of the belt because he couldn't defend it inside a certain time parameter.
Which was 2 months.
Exactly.
He missed one pay-per-view and they took it away from him.
Exactly.
Which I'm sure down the road they knew he was going to have to have multiple surgeries, blah, 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 blah.
The relevance of the situation is overwhelming due to the fact that you've got one scenario that you banked everything on to get the belt into Lesnar's hands, and now all of a sudden, poof, gone. There is no WWE champion to be found.
I'm not the top guy to say I told you so.
Say it.
No. But I told you when this Brock Lesnar, John Cena angle started that they was booking themselves into a no-win situation.
They booked themselves into a corner.
And there is no way they can win.
Their plan B turned out to be plan C.
And with their plan B, you did even worse. And I'll tell you why I say that. Because they took the best talker they had in the business and took him off TV.
Paul Heyman. I'm not a fan of the scenario.
I haven't been a fan of the scenario we foresaw months ago.
Now,
it's come to fruition.
Yeah. So we're basically one up on this one, on this whole scenario, because like I said, and you're seeing once again with the roster split dissolving the way it did. Now, granted, they've got budget cuts in place, and I respect those. I understand business. I understand the business side of the business. Drink.
Apparently, $9.99 is not taking off like Vince thought it would.
Oh no, and this is something that SmartGrade shared with me. Apparently, they will be running commercials on the network now.
Yes, I know. Another reason I don't have it.
I pay $10 a month to Hulu, and that's about to stop because I'm tired of seeing commercials.
I pay $10 a month or $14 to Netflix, and I don't watch a damn commercial.
There you go.
Unfortunately, some of the shows that I like aren't on Netflix. Damn it. One of mine and Mama's favorite shows isn't on Netflix.
And by Mama, he means his wife.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I.e. referred to as Little Mama. Don't tell her I said that. I can run faster than both y'all. I ain't scared. However, short version for me is, you're right. Lesnar being off television for an extended period of time is not good for the product.
He's said openly on many occasions that he doesn't care about professional wrestling. He's there for a paycheck. Then why put the title on him? Let me lay this scenario out for you, okay? And I'm just as tired of John Cena as anybody else. But let me lay this scenario out for you. And I thought about this the other day. When they were having their feud, okay, the person that everybody wanted to win the title is the person that doesn't care about the people.
Right.
The person that cares about people and busts his ass, and he's going to be there back faster than he's supposed to be, in the gym banging every day. You know, I've never taken anything away from John's talent or his ability or whatever. Just the character's kind of stale for me.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. But he's the guy that does the public appearances, that when he gets hurt, he's back faster than he's supposed to be.
Right.
He's there every day doing promotions and with Susan G. Comer and Make-A-Wish and everything else. And that's the guy nobody wants to have the title. They want to give it to the guy who's openly said he doesn't give a damn about wrestling. He's just there for a paycheck. That scenario makes no sense. Shouldn't you be wanting the guy that gives a damn about the fans and everybody else to have the title? I don't care if he's a face or a heel. I mean, give it to Randy. At least Randy's there every day.
Yeah.
I mean, you're giving it to a guy who's openly said on many occasions he doesn't give a damn about the fans or the business of professional wrestling drink. And this was their big plan B. If he was going to be there, he don't have to be on Raw every week. I'm not saying he's got to be there every week. But if he's going to be on Raw a couple times a month and on the pay-per-view, fine. I don't have a problem with it. But your unified heavyweight champion is not supposed to wrestle now for 4 months. That's ridiculous. That's ABC booking, and that's stupid. And the next show I book will be my first one, but good God Almighty, that's not that hard to figure out.
That's why I asked the question in the opening run. If WWE technically has jumped the shark as it pertains to a lot of their storylines right now and a lot of their characterizations.
And, like I said, 5 minutes ago, and I'm not trying to reiterate, I'm just trying to prove a point. They took the best talker in the business off of TV because of it. Makes no sense.
You know the way to get this thing back in realm, right?
Strip him from the title.
Hold on. I have an idea.
I'm listening.
At the pay-per-view.
Lord knows they won't do it, but go ahead.
At the pay-per-view. Ambrose will go over Seth Rollins. At the end of the night, oh God, why not make it the first of the night?
Are you sure?
Wait a minute.
Are you sure Ambrose is going over?
Yes. The way that everything's looking right now, in my book, I see Ambrose going over Rollins.
Okay.
They need the fans are solidly behind Ambrose right now, and WWE is solidly behind Ambrose.
Yeah, no thanks to WWE, like I've told you before. Go ahead.
If at the beginning of the pay-per-view they decide to chuck it all, and listen close, Vince, Hunter, Steph. My name is Mr. John Laurinaitis. People power. Okay. Puppy power. Sorry, Jerry.
Another douchebag angle, but go ahead.
Yeah, that was something from the 15th anniversary of SmackDown I didn't get a chance to cover, which I thought was a beautiful thing, having Teddy Long back on TV. I marked out for that moment so beautifully. It was just so beautiful. I loved it. You feel me, playa?
Playa.
At the first of the pay-per-view, I challenged WWE to do the right thing.
I'm sorry.
Rollins' music hits. He comes down to the ring, grabs a microphone, and says, I'm cashing in my Money in the Bank briefcase now. The hullabaloo is made that Lesnar isn't there. Rollins says, fine, then you'll give me the belt by forfeit.
I can't do it.
Wait.
You can't do it.
If they want to dig out of this hole...
I'm just saying...
Well, wait a minute. Hear me out.
Okay.
If they see the big picture in this and realize what's going on with Lesnar is not best for business, and Hunter comes out and says, that's not the way this is done. The champion is supposed to be here. The champion is supposed to be in the ring. The champion is supposed to be able to compete. Rollins continues with, that's not what you want. What's best for business? Let me cash in this briefcase right now, and it will be what's best for business, because at the end of the night, it will be me and Seth Rollins, me and Dean Ambrose for the WWE Championship inside Hell in a Cell. You tell me that the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community, would not explode. You tell me that the people in the arena that night for the pay-per-view wouldn't come unglued cheering.
I agree. But then there's no way Ambrose is going to win.
But see, here's the thing.
But you know the rules. You've been commissioner of an organization.
Exactly.
You can't. If you lose the title by a count out or a disqualification, you don't lose the belt. Unless that stipulation was put in, and if Seth Rollins just shows up, there's no stipulations put in.
But if the member of the authority is there, they can authorize it.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
they won't do it.
If at the beginning of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, Rollins were to come out and say, you want what's best for business, here's what's best for business, because there is no WWE Championship match on the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
True.
If Rollins comes out, now granted, this will put him into uncharted waters because he is supposed to be a heel.
Yes.
But that will get an immediate pop from the fans like you would not believe. Sorry, I got something in my...
That's okay, dude.
But you've got you've got a scenario in play where the title is now MIA. Put it on a milk carton. But if they were to go and think this through...
It ain't MIA.
Huh?
It's in Wisconsin somewhere.
Still MIA. It's not on television where it needs to be.
I bet Sable's sleeping with the damn thing. Well, they are married.
Who cares?
I'm just...
God.
I've seen worse.
You just totally... Hold on. Real quick. Cover of Raw magazine. Stacy Keibler being covered by the tag team title belts with the Dudley Boyz standing... Oh, okay. Much better.
Yeah, that was good.
Nice visual.
That was
Okay.
good.
We have a better visual now.
Playboy cover. Christy Hemme on front. Hello. Got that at the house.
Tori Wilson.
I'd take Christy Hemme over Tori Wilson.
You and me both, but still. Tori's beautiful. Christy's just... Damn. But think about it. It makes sense. And it would turn everybody on their damn ear.
Yeah, they're not going to do it. It makes too much sense. They wouldn't do it.
I love the idea, though.
I do, too. Absolutely.
Because
anything to get the title off of Lesnar and back on somebody who's going to be there every day.
Rollins comes out. I'm cashing in. Hunter comes out. That's not the way it's done. And Rollins goes, you want what's best for business? Here it is. Let me cash it in. I win by forfeit. We automatically turn the main event of Hell in a Cell tonight between me and Dean Ambrose into a WWE Championship match. That place would come unglued, and people would be buying the network within 5 minutes after hearing this.
But rumor has it that they're not even supposed to have the main event. The last match of the night is supposed to be Randy and John.
It shouldn't be.
I agree, but...
It shouldn't be.
I agree.
Speaking of championships and top contenders... Ring of Honor this past weekend. The Battle Royal to determine a new number one contender for the ROH Championship is held by Jay Briscoe, thank God.
Indeed. Much respect to Michael Elgin, but I just love Jay Briscoe with the title.
Number one, I love the sustained pop from the fans for Cheeseburger.
I love the fact that him and Mark decided to tag up and go at it.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. This dude's like, Cheeseburger's like that dude that you like from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
They're about the same size.
Yeah.
I think Cheeseburger may actually be a little taller.
No, Cheeseburger's taller than Eli Everfly.
I think he is.
He is, by about 4 or 5 inches at least.
But they probably weigh about the same.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, people like Cheeseburger in the world of pro wrestling are a necessity because they are someone that the fans can get behind, more so than your top tier stars sometimes.
Sure. It's a little comic relief.
It is. I mean, and the tag team that they debuted last week.
The hell was that?
Kind of made me think about a cross between the Powers of Pain stepping into a shrinking machine and looking more like the Tasmaniac.
Yeah. Kind of looked like a Warlord and Barbarian got put into.
Said that.
That's what I'm saying. Got put into a miniature machine,
a compactor.
I don't know what they were going for.
But, hey, they're trained at the Monster Factory, and they show the potential. They just need a little bit more work, and I understand the factor of being a little bit green, and trust me, I've been there before.
Yeah, but these dudes have a hard time wiping their own behind.
Nah, I don't know about that. They may have just been nervous.
Could be.
Get the nerves out of the way for the first match. Take the heat, take the criticism, learn from your mistakes, and run with it. That's all you can do. So now, from the Kingdom, Michael Bennett is your new number one contender for the ROH World Championship.
Which, to me, lays credence to the question that it's Kevin Kelly, right?
Yeah.
That Kevin Kelly asked Jay Briscoe about getting his belt back. The one that Maria Kanellis now has.
Right.
Like the one he said that was camouflaged and had skulls on it and was bad, and now it's pink.
And fuzzy.
The
only thing that should be pink and fuzzy is
anyway, stop. And I'm sure she is.
Okay.
But
wasn't in the Playboy layout.
I didn't see that one. I missed that one.
Mm-hmm.
I got most of them, but I missed that one. Anyway,
I've got it somewhere in a box.
In a box? What's in a box? Sorry, that was a little 7 reference for y'all.
I know it.
It's in a box. But now, if Jay beats Michael Bennett, he can take his other belt back.
We hope.
We hope.
But honestly, I honestly see at this point in time, I see Jay as a transitional champion and Michael Bennett being the one to capture the title because that's one of the stipulations for him to stay.
I don't think they're going to put it on Jay that fast and take it away from him. They took it away from him last time because he was injured.
2 words for you, Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah. Well, then what do they call that group?
Decade?
No, that's the other group.
Kingdom?
The Kingdom will split apart because then Adam Cole won't be able to stand it.
Yeah, because if you caught the end of ROH TV from last week, the ending of the Battle Royal, it came down to Cheeseburger being eliminated, and you had the Kingdom and Mark Briscoe in the ring. Mark Briscoe dumped Adam Cole over the top rope, and immediately at blink, you miss it, Bennett dumps Mark Briscoe over the top rope. Cole did not see, and this is the way it's portrayed on television, folks. Cole did not see Bennett dump Briscoe. So when Cole turned around and Michael Bennett's the only one left in the ring, Adam Cole has the look on his face like, you threw me over the top rope. Michael Bennett eliminated Adam Cole, which is not the truth. So therefore, Adam Cole, please watch television. You'll see what really happened.
It's about the same look. What's the lackey for the Kingdom? Not the Kingdom, but the Decade?
Adam Page?
Adam Page had when Roger Strong threw him over the rope.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do have to give credit.
And Roger Strong kind of went,
I'm very quick to criticize, but I'm also quick to give credit. BJ Whitmer seemed like he's coming back into being BJ Whitmer over the because
thank God.
Yeah, because the way he was going on for weeks during the with the Decade thing, I wasn't a fan of it because there's a difference between being a heel, which I understand being a heel. I'm a heel by birth, but the way that Whitmer's character was going was just harsh.
Agreed. We've had that conversation.
And the way that he was during that segment a few weeks back with Scrap Iron Adam Pearce was just beyond harsh.
Yeah.
I mean...
It was treading on some area they didn't need to go on.
You're right. You're very right. And, you know, I have to flash back because thinking about BJ... Matt versus Magnus from Impact this week. That somewhat short-range power bomb that they did on the edge of the apron, that made me cringe.
I thought he was hurt for real. Yeah, you're right. That's a straight out of ROH move.
Yeah, that's a BJ Whitmer bump.
Which you know that's a spot that Matt called for.
Yeah.
And what the hell's going on with Bram? No, what the hell is he attacked Devon for? That made no sense.
Unknown. They didn't elucidate any further on that.
The only way I could have seen it making sense,
player down Oklahoma, was
if Tommy comes out and kicks Bram's ass.
Right.
Because Bram's supposed to be this hardcore guy now. And Tommy being, the king of hardcore. But it made no sense. I mean, there was no follow-up. There was no Devon. There was no Tommy. There was nothing. I was like, what the hell?
All right. I've got to throw this one out there.
Which I did enjoy seeing them put the Dudleys in the Hall of Fame in Japan, by the way.
Yeah. Well deserved.
But, of course. And Bubba's speech was outstanding. Well, both of them was, but Bubba's speech was really, really good.
I would have appreciated it a little bit more had they done the installation of the Hall of Fame in New York before Bound for Glory, doing one of the TV tapings.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you have... Ooh, and that camera took a bump. Sorry, I'm watching the Oklahoma-Kansas State game. And that lens just broke off.
Yeah, that's broke.
I hope that was a snap mount. That's all I can say. Because the ceremony that they did, the luncheons, the dinner that they did for the Hall of Fame, it was just the workers, just the wrestlers and the group. It left me a little bit flat. But yeah,
they did that in WWE for years. It was just them for a long time, and then they started letting the fans in. If you remember,
yeah, I do. I think it would have been a beautiful moment if they'd have done it in New York.
I agree with that.
Either that or Pennsylvania. Either one. Because if you got New York, you got it where Bubba is. You got it. You do it in Philadelphia. You do it in Pennsylvania or Philadelphia. You're doing it in Dudley's backyard.
Yeah.
So that's my only thing about that particular segment. I mean, the Dudleys are one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
If they're not number one, they're 2 or 3.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, because you still got people who are going to sit back and say LOD won.
Me.
Yeah,
but the Dudleys got more titles.
See, and we can have this argument.
No,
all day.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that, but somebody could.
Yeah.
I mean, they've won it in more places than the Road Warriors did.
No.
Yes, the Road Warriors never won titles in TNA.
The Dudley Boys never won titles in AWA.
That's true.
Thank you. Hold that thought.
Well, that's true, though.
We'll keep this debate going. We'll be back in 3. Hang tight. The home run round is next on the Saturday Showcase. Hey, Uncle Dutch, say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody. This is Dirty Dutch Mantell, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Layne.
And I'm the Cosz, Robert Cosper.
And this is your invitation to join us
and the Hitman, Big Daddy Cool, Ryan Adcock, right here for the Saturday Showcase.
At Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific time. See? We do math around this place. Be sure to catch us right here on BeyondRingside.com. You can also listen through Winamp for Android and BlackBerry, as well as the Shoutcast mobile app for Apple as well. Remember, that's Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
And let me tell you how you can find the Hitman, Big Daddy Cool, Ryan Adcock on social media. It's very easy. It's at www.kissmyass.
Whoa. Stop that right there, folks. We'll see you Saturday on the Showcase. Bye for now.
Hey, guys, this is Christy Ritchie, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
The To Be Determined show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Monroe, Fast Eddie Layne, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
You have tuned in and are now live listening to the 3-time NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. And just like you, I am also locked in. And, brother, we are Beyond Ringside.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is SmarkRage from WrestleRage Radio, coming to you from the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Join myself and my co-host, Super Stan Grubb, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, as we present WrestleRage Radio, where we rant and rave on everything in the world of pro wrestling. Sometimes we'll have a guest. Sometimes it'll be just me and Stan BSing about the sport that we love, pro wrestling. Check us out. Tune in Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, only on the Beyond Ringside Network.
This is Dan the B7, the only Triple Crown champion in the UFC history. And you're listening to Beyond Ringside. You better pay attention, otherwise I know where you live.
You got it. Welcome back into the Saturday Showcase. Fast Eddie Layne over here.
I'm over here.
Who are you?
Me.
Okay.
I'm the loudmouth, hell damn an ass. At least I accept that.
I thought it was kiss your hash brown hell damn ass.
That too.
There you go.
Hash brown.
That's Hitman's way of going hashtag. So leave it alone, kids. First off, to everybody listening this morning, thank you once again. We're hitting the home run round to everybody hanging out at the Talladega Super Speedway in Talladega, Alabama.
A boy's in trouble.
Yeah.
A boy's in trouble. But here's a question a buddy of mine asked me yesterday, though. If there's one race that he has to win to get this under Daytona is the one.
And matter of fact, I do believe the Camping World Truck Series race is going on as we speak right now. And get this, let's see, 13 laps in. And Jennifer Jo Cobb driving the 10 truck is in the lead.
Go Chick.
There.
Chicks that can drive trucks fast. It's kind of hot.
It's the Fred's 250 powered by Coca-Cola going on right now at the Talladega Superspeedway.
I got a buddy who will never hear this, but go Dwayne. He's going to be in the pits tomorrow. Bastard.
Hey.
Hash brown bastard.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm looking at the top 25 right now, and there's some brand new names that I'm seeing in there. A lot of the rookies that are going, like Jimmy Weller and Ben Kennedy. And, of course, they're going to be doing qualifying a little bit later on this afternoon. And the qualifying is being done on ESPN News Channel. What?
What time?
I think it's 4 o'clock.
Oh, I'll be home until I'm seeing.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be about halftime of the Alabama game.
Yeah, I think I'd rather watch the qualifying. I don't know. But from that vantage point, yeah, the way everything's running, let me see.
Hey, we almost got what we wanted last week.
What's that?
Matt Kenseth, and they tried to kill him. I thought Tony Stewart was going to run over him completely.
And that's the thing about it, and thank you for bringing that part up, because I was going to do that during Seg 1, and I let everything get away from me, because, well, we got started late, but life happens.
My fault.
Don't sweat it.
Yeah.
Tony Stewart fined $25,000, 4 weeks probation. Brad Keselowski fined $50,000 and 4 weeks probation.
He should have been fined $100,000.
Yeah, he should have,
because he wrecked 3 guys.
Yeah, book
and Matt Kenseth had his stuff off when he hit him. He done took the belts loose and everything,
right,
where he could really get hurt. No, not only the Hans device, his seat belts were off.
I know he said that during the post.
He's fixing to unhook the steering wheel when he gets hit.
Yeah, and that's stupidity on the part of Brad Keselowski.
Told you I want him ran over. I don't want him hurt, but I want him ran over.
No, I thought Tony Stewart was going to do it for a minute there, because if he'd have had 1 more mile per hour speed, he probably could have back ramped that car.
And I'm going to tell you what, if his crew hadn't got to him, Matt Kenseth was going to whip his ass too.
I saw when Matt first got a hold of Keselowski.
He grabbed him good too.
He grabbed him, yeah, but I thought he was about to spin him around and run him head first lawn dart style into the. That looked like something out of straight up old school WCW NWA.
And I don't know him personally, and I don't know if you do or not, but just with the interviews and over the years that I've heard Matt talk, he just doesn't seem like that type of guy.
At this moment, I'll say the same thing that I said on social media last week during everything when it broke down to Hell and Back, or Luckenbach, Texas, Waylon Willie and the boys.
Hello.
There's your good flashback for the day. There's your obscure flashback country reference. We're still working on the fecal reference for the day, but trust me, I think we covered that when we were talking about Raw.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, Vince.
I'm not.
Kenseth, Tony, Denny, I would like to sit down with y'all and buy you a steak dinner somewhere.
They had every reason to be pissed off.
Oh, God, yes.
Especially Tony.
Especially Matt.
Tony didn't have nothing to do with it. Tony's Tony's just sitting there and he gets ran over.
Remember this. Keselowski makes the comment in the post post race that he's not sure why Matt's upset because that's a racing thing. Excuse me? Let me tell you how it goes, kids. For those who did not see it, go back and watch it on YouTube on that last restart when Keselowski's outside, Kenseth is right behind him. Matt starts out strong and gets a great outside run on Keselowski, and Keselowski keeps
just rams him in the wall.
Just shoves him straight in the wall.
Yeah.
And you don't know why Matt Kenseth is mad? How stupid is Brad Keselowski?
You know what? To be honest with you, I don't think Matt would have been that. He'd have been pissed, but he'd have let that go. But what pissed him off is what I talked about a minute ago.
Yeah.
He's got all his stuff off, and Brad runs into him.
Brad's an idiot.
Yeah, well, no kidding.
Look,
he's a spoiled, rotten little.
I've said this before.
Hell damn an ass.
Hashtag biatch.
Yeah, and he's out there with a weapon.
Yeah, a 3,500-pound weapon. That's a cannonball.
And what Tony Stewart had to go through was tragic.
Yes.
But that was, I don't know if it was on purpose or not. But like I've said before, and I'm not going to get into this, if the kid doesn't get out of the car, it doesn't happen.
Right.
Okay, so
choices are made.
You know, all these people, all the parents and all that are like, well, it's obvious that he did it on purpose. Look, if your kid doesn't get out of the car and he's high on dope, he doesn't get hit.
Right.
But anyway, we're not going to get into that again. But that's tragic enough. So that's a time bomb, and he's already been through all that. And that's an accident. What Brad did was on purpose. Brad was trying to hurt people.
When now running into the back of Stewart was an accident from what I could see. It was just carelessness on Keselowski. Okay, I won't say the word accident. It was carelessness.
I don't think hitting Matt Kenseth was an accident.
That was stupidity. That's why I actually came out of my chair applauding when Hamlin brake checked Keselowski. Deserved. Very well deserved.
I mean, don't get me wrong. One of my favorite guys in the world was Dale Earnhardt Sr., and he would rattle your cage all the time, but he never tried to hurt somebody.
Nope. Move or I will move you.
Yeah, I mean, that's like he said in an interview when he spun out Terry Labonte at Bristol that year. He said, I didn't mean to wreck him. I just tried to rattle his cage.
Yeah.
I mean, but what Brad Keselowski did could have legitimately led to somebody being seriously hurt.
And this, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. When Keselowski hit the back of Stewart's car, I can imagine the first two words that popped out of Tony's mouth.
No, it probably WTF.
No. Because knowing Stewart, who is normally calm, cool, reserved, even when he's losing his temper.
But you got to think about what he's been through, too.
Yes. To which I'm just going to sit back and go, Tony probably just sat back and went, bitch, please, tell me you didn't do that.
It's more than two words.
The first two words were what I was going to stick with, but I decided to elongate it.
I'm just saying, he's dangerous. He's a good. He can drive.
Well,
I don't want to take anything away from him.
Look,
but he's dangerous.
To Robin Pemberton, to Mike Helton, to those in the front office of NASCAR, I make a genuine appeal. I understand. Let him run. I understand. Let it rip. But what Keselowski and Joey Logano have both been doing this season is complete and total horse crap.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's through to the next round. And we got six-time, and I'm not a big six-time fan, but you got six-time and Junior both sitting there that they got to win to make it through. And Kenseth. So all of them can't win. So we're going to get Logano no matter what.
Well, that won't last much longer.
I'm going to tell you what, hey, y'all mark my words. I could be wrong, and they could not do anything because they're kind of looking for it. But I'm going to tell you what, I wouldn't be shocked if Keselowski was put in the wall today by somebody. On purpose.
It'll happen.
I don't know. You got to be careful. Helton and them are looking for it after what happened last week.
Oh, yeah.
And, Kenseth, no, he wasn't fine. But Kenseth and Denny Hamlin didn't get fined, so if they put him in the wall, they're going to find them.
Yeah. Well, Hamlin's not in the chase right now, if I remember correctly.
No, yeah, well, I don't remember. He was. He may have got knocked out.
I think he was a first-round casualty.
He could be. But, Kenseth and Junior and six-time got to win to get in. So, Kenseth can't do it.
Right.
But I guarantee you, if it's not before a Homestead, Keselowski's going to get put in the wall by somebody.
It would not surprise me in the least.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did it tomorrow, but they're kind of looking for it.
Okay, the way that I'm seeing it, yeah, Hamlin's 7th. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought he was still in.
Yeah, he is. I'm sorry. My bad. I apologize. I thought he was in that first cut.
Allmendinger, Almirola, and a couple of other ones were the dude that drives for STP.
See, here's the thing. They don't make any special reference to the fact that Gordon, being a winner, is through to the next round.
He is.
On the standings.
That's a guarantee.
But the way it's looking right now, you've got Joey Logano and Jeff Gordon who are through to the next round.
Yep.
Then from there, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman are the rest of your top 5. Carl Edwards should be 6. Jeff Gordon should be 7. Denny Hamlin should be 7. So they're about where they need to be. And if my notes are right, it's Kenseth, Keselowski, Johnson, and Earnhardt who are on the bubble to be kicked out.
Yep.
And I would be, like I said, knowing the fact that Jimmy Johnson doesn't get involved in stuff, would it surprise you if it was him that inadvertently put Keselowski into a wall?
No. Jimmy will put somebody in the wall. I don't know if Smoke can. He would be the one I would pick to do it. But after what he's been through, and he already got fined,
yeah,
I don't know if he can.
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will either.
I think Mike Helton and Tony Stewart had a nice long conversation. It's like, dude, I know you've been through enough. You've been through too much, and just please do me a favor.
I understand why you backed over him. You know, Mike Helton said, look, dude, I get it.
Yeah. And even Robin Pemberton has to sit back and say, you know something, we're not going to find. This is the thing about it, though. Stewart's not in the chase. Damn it. But Keselowski is. If they can find Dale Jr., I thought it was 25, but I think it was 50 driver points the year that he was in the chase, and he said it was after a Dega win, and I think it was after his fourth.
That sounds right.
When he said, when the reporter asked, what does it mean?
They had driver points. They didn't have the chase.
Right. They had driver points. And lo and behold, Dale was penalized a certain number of points because he said, it don't mean because Daddy won here 8 times.
Which is an absolute true statement, by the way.
It is. But he got fined driver points for that. And that was just saying a word on television. This is something that happened behind the wheel of a car. If that's not warranting driver point penalty, I don't know what the hell does.
Yeah.
I would have at least fined Keselowski 25 points. 50, considering the fact that he had 3 people ready to decapitate him.
Well, the reason I don't think they did, I agree with you, but the reason I don't think they did is because he's probably going to get knocked out after tomorrow anyway.
We can only hope.
Well, I mean, somebody is. 3 of those 4 guys aren't going to make it.
Well,
between Kenseth, Keselowski Jr., and Johnson, 3 of those guys aren't going to make it.
Yeah, I know.
All 4 of them may not make it.
It could be Casey Kane. He's down low enough to where he could be in trouble.
Yeah, but the only way any of those 4 is going to make it, they have to win.
Right.
So.
Well, you've got Casey, who's 31 points back. Kenseth is 32 points back. So if they flip-flop, Kenseth goes 9, but I'd rather see... I'm okay with Casey going through.
I like Casey, too. I like
Casey's a good kid.
Yeah.
And he's no longer able to be called kid, but I just called him kid. Screw it. Let's run at 13 before the top of the hour. News and notes, final thoughts. Last call. Hitman.
My last call is real simple. Please, Vince, do something. Because your product is slipping off a slippery slope into the crap hole. Because anybody who has been watching TNA over the past 2 months, 3 months maybe, and can actually see Ring of Honor, it's a better product. And Ring of Honor has a quarter of your budget. But yet you want to put, like Eddie said earlier, you want to put a gator and a bull on primetime Monday Night Raw. If you don't do something, if you don't reevaluate this whole Brock Lesnar situation, that's just the tip of the iceberg, but that's got to be fixed.
I just gave you the perfect solution.
I can't argue with you. I mean, there's probably another perfect solution too, but you got to do something. Because I'm gonna be completely honest, and I've never said this in my life. The only reason I watch Raw is because I know what to talk about when I come on here. No, I'm not being funny. I have no desire to watch Raw whatsoever. None.
I'd be just
you do, and I meant to bring this up a minute ago, and I'll bring it up now real fast. We had this big discussion about why Brock beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. Because he was going to go on to win the title, and that would justify him beating Undertaker at WrestleMania. I don't like it, but I accepted that. If that's what Mark wanted to do, okay. But now that same guy says, I don't give a damn about wrestling. I don't give a damn about the belt. I'm not going to be here for 3 months. So that almost cheapens him beating Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Oh, it definitely does.
Which pisses me off. Among many reasons that I would tell Brock that I'm pissed off. And I don't care. He whooped my hell damn an ass. But I'd tell him. I mean, he's an ass. He don't want to be here. He's here for the paycheck. Get the belt off of him. He doesn't deserve it. Put it back on John. He deserves it.
You're going to have so many people bitching if Cena gets when Cena gets 16.
He's going to get 16, 17, but put it on Seth Rollins. Put it on Randy. I don't care. Put it on somebody who gives a damn.
Hang on, let me click this and stop the music because we're going to bring this up real quick. We started talking about LOD versus Dudley Boys.
Yes.
Go into, and you've got the Dudleys in the one slot. I've got the Road Warriors in the one.
No, I have the Road Warriors in the one slot.
And I've got the Road Warriors in the one slot. But by the same token, you made the statement about titles. Let's run this tit for tat for a second there. You made the statement that the Road Warriors never won which title?
TNA or ECW.
Okay. The Dudley Boys never won the NWA World Tag Team titles or the AWA Tag Team titles. So that's 2 for 2 right there.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The Dudley Boys are second on my list.
They've both won the IWGP. They've both won the All Japan. And so, therefore, it's like, and the WCW belts that the Dudley Boys won were after the buyout of WCW.
True.
So they were the WWWCW.
They still were WCW at the time, though.
Or WCWWE. There you go. That's it. I like that. WCWWE.
I'll never remember that, but
Neither
I know
will I. But so therefore, it wasn't in a separate organization that they won those titles. It was under the banner of World Wrestling Entertainment.
Actually, it was WWF at the time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get the F out.
I'm just saying, dude. If they're not one, they're two.
You could almost say LeBron D. Wade won 1A. But then you have the argument about which one's 1 and which one's 1A.
Oh, no, there's no argument. LeBron's 1. Sorry.
Yeah, but okay. See, I would have to sit back and say this. It still was technically Dwayne Wade's team. He was the veteran. He was the captain.
Sure.
I have all the respect in the world for LeBron James. Don't ever get me wrong about this. But he was still the newcomer. Granted, he had become the face of the franchise only because at that point in time he was doing more and he put more of the pressure on himself.
True.
Hey.
He's also younger, too.
4 title appearances or 4 championship series appearances, 2 NBA titles. He fulfilled what he set out to do.
Yeah, and now he wants to bring one to Cleveland. I respect him for
And
that.
I respect him for that. He came home.
Yeah.
And let's keep this. I'll go ahead and take this one for a second. For everybody who got upset, ticked off, twerked, ill about Nick Saban's comments earlier this week at his press conference, he was right. I bleed Crimson Tide red, but there are some obnoxious ass Alabama fans out there.
He was right. You're absolutely right, but that wasn't the place for it.
What better place would there have been?
You don't come out on a public forum and do that.
You have to come out on a public forum somewhere.
don't.
If you do it in a one-on-one interview, that's one thing, but I'd rather him do it at the press conference. Look, I respect Nick Saban and what he has managed to accomplish in his career. Do not get me wrong about that. The man has won championships at 2 different universities.
Agreed.
And there is no problem in my world. You can take umbrella. I mean, you're fine and disagreeing. That's what we do here.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. You don't have to be that arrogant.
I don't call it arrogance. I call it frustration.
Maybe so, but there's way. Like another piece of advice my granddaddy gave me when I was too young to understand that I thoroughly get now. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Or when you say it.
Or when you say it. You can say the same thing. We've had arguments or discussions because of text messages because they come out so dry.
Right.
You can say the same thing to 3 different people 3 different ways, and they're going to get 3 different reactions out of it.
Agreed.
I'm just saying you can handle it better.
My perspective on it is very simple. Like I said, Nick Saban was well justified in what he said, and I feel that he's right. The media has become overly critical of every little moment. They will nitpick in order to try to maintain ratings and maintain the conversation, and instead of trying to talk about the positive, well, granted, there wasn't that much positive coming out of the Arkansas game.
Good point. And if you need any more proof of what you just said, how many times have we had to hear about Jameson Winston in the past 2 weeks?
Exactly. Or Gurley.
Yeah.
But we've heard about Winston 100-fold over Gurley.
Well, Gurley's is just autograph. Winston's a lot more than that.
Jameis Winston should be off the field by now.
You ain't getting no argument out of me.
But I do have a sincere feeling that Jimbo Fisher's playing the system perfectly, and I have no complaints about that. I just have a complaint about for whom he's playing the system.
He's all in. You got to play him.
Yeah. So, to keep that in perspective.
And by the way, just for the record, a lot of people don't realize how much Nick Saban wanted Jameis Winston to come to Alabama, too. So, you almost got him.
I think Nick Saban would have probably held a tighter rein on Jameis Winston.
You could only hope.
No, I think Saban would have probably kept a tighter rein on Jameis Winston as opposed to what Jimbo Fisher's doing.
You could only hope. That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing. If I'm Jimbo Fisher, when Winston was suspended, his ass wouldn't be on the sidelines.
I agree with that, too.
Because the second, he's on the sideline. He came out in full pads for warm-ups.
I saw it, dude. I know.
Fisher had arrogance that Jameis Winston possesses horrifies me. It's worse than Manziel. It's worse than Johnny Manziel.
I agree.
And Manziel was an arrogant little ass.
Oh, yeah.
But damn, he could play football.
But, as Kid Rock says, it ain't cocky if you can back it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Still. But the overall perspective is very simple. Yes, I want Dale Jr. to win tomorrow, and I'd like to see Jimmy Johnson come in second.
Then Jimmy Johnson doesn't make it.
Depends on where everybody else finishes.
I'm just telling you.
There's 3 people I want to win tomorrow at Talladega.
Well, that can't happen.
I know. I would like to see Dale Jr. first and foremost win. Number 2, I would like to see Carl Edwards win. My dad loves Carl Edwards. Well, you know the story behind that. So for my dad to be happy, I would be okay with Carl Edwards winning and Dale Jr. coming in second. And somebody putting Logano in. Well, it doesn't matter about Logano. He's through. But you put Logano and Keselowski into the garage, and I'm perfectly happy. And to the driver that does it, I'll buy you a steak dinner. And if it's Danica Patrick, I'll even bring you roses.
Be careful, her boyfriend may get pissed.
I'll run him in the wall. I don't give a damn.
He is a little nerd, isn't he?
I think they both are to a great degree. Let's run this thing down real quick. Here's your broadcast calendar as we are staring on the 18th day of October. Damn, that's twice I've done it today.
What a douchebag.
Shut up. Just shut up, shutting up. This is Muggsy talking. Oh, as we are on this 18th day of October, once again, real quick, Sunday, October 19th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Beyond Ringside Live. 9 p.m. Eastern, WrestleRage Radio with SmarkRage and Stan. 11 p.m. Eastern, the new Midnight Black Mass with the Reverend Dan Wilson. Tuesday, October the 21st, the Beyond Ringside Back to Basics program returns, and it will be a Back to Basics WrestleRage crossover with special guest Luke Gallows.
Yay.
On the 22nd of October, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, the To Be Determined show returns with the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, Clyde Braddock, and Steven Styles, and Angie Travis. Got a full complement.
And the Partridge in a Pear Tree.
There you go. And on Thursday, October the 23rd, it will be the return of Cause and Effect, starring Robert Cosper and Stuart Couch. What's up, Bubba? Okay. We'll talk later. And actually, from what I have been told, there are going to be some big surprises over at C&E. Almost as big as the surprises that we had this morning at the top of the hour, the 11 o'clock hour. Thank you once again to the fine folks over at iHeartRadio. Beyond Ringside is now listed on the iHeartRadio app and iHeartRadio.com. As well as you can hear the replays through Spreaker, through Stitcher, through Podomatic, and through iTunes, and through the media page at BeyondRingside.com. Thank you to everybody who's listening live this morning. Greatly appreciated through all the different means, whether it be Winamp, Shoutcast.com, Ustream. We're actually going to be, I'm finding the way that we're going to go live on iHeart very soon, so we'll keep you posted on that. And also be going live through Spreaker as well. We're also working on some other methods. And as soon as my finances turn around, because the emergency room last Monday put a hole in my checkbook. So I had something I was working on, but everything got taken out by the doctors. Sorry, it was a necessary evil. At Beyond Ringside on Twitter. Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live is the fan page. Please go click like. And of course, the home for everything is BeyondRingside.com. Find Robert Cosper at the Cosz, TheCosz. Don't forget the S, please, over on Twitter. And you can find the
Did you say hash brown tweeter?
% sign.
It's a number sign.
£, question mark, star, exclamation point. Thank you, Kevin Fowler. I still love that damn song. For me personally, thank you to everybody who came out to play last night at Buffalo Wild Wings in Alabaster. And for my friends here in the Birmingham and Shelby County areas, come make your plans. Friday night, October the 31st, Buffalo Wild Wings is going to have everything in place in Alabaster, Alabama for a Halloween party that the whole family can enjoy. They're going to have 3 costume contests, $50 prizes to be given away for each prize. So please, like I said, mark your calendars, make your plans. Friday night, October 31, Buffalo Wild Wings, Alabaster. Corey, I hope you have a great time tonight at the AWE show up in Canton. Wick, Clyde, Steven, Angie, have a safe trip over to Carrollton. for the Peach State Wrestling Alliance show. Shane, love you, brother. For the Cause and Effect, Robert Cosper.
Over and out.
There you go.
We didn't do last call anyway.
Yeah, you did last call.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You didn't do the other thing you do.
Shameless plugs?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hitman, Big Daddy Cool, shameless plugs.
I just want to reiterate the silent movement, because if you want to hurt Vince, and this was actually brought up by my wife, if you want to hurt Vince, you got to hurt him in the wallet. That's why he's making wholesale changes. So don't buy his product. Don't buy his network. Don't buy his merchandise. And eventually he'll start listening. So for that idea, lady, I love you. That's my only shameless plug.
And hashtag silent movement can also be very functional on social media, because
Hash brown the silent movement. That's what I said.
Hashtag ass.
You got your way, I got mine.
There you go. For the Hitman, Big Daddy Cool, Ryan Adcock.
Often imitated, never duplicated, folks.
This is the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Layne, saying until next time, adios, das vidania, hasta luego, auf Wiedersehen, ciao, sayonara, adieu, arrivederci, farewell, abyssin, roll tide, War Eagle, go Blazers.
Yeah, we might actually win against the bye this week.
I'll take the points. And aloha means
we got to spot them 21 points. That's what we do.
We'll see you next time on the Beyond Ringside Saturday Showcase right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Bye for now.
See ya.